boring. Yes, you're boring. You're boring.
I am boring. I am boring. Live and things. I hit the button. I hit the button.
No.
And that should not be saying Sony. Fuck you. There, fixed. It's a shit show already.
Yay, we've already fucked everything up.
Hey, hello
This truly
everybody.
is an episode of the Inconsolables.
I'm just watching Job for Cody. Hi, Job.
Wait. Oh, I was gonna say you should be watching it through hours. Like, it's like should have gone back to us now, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm waiting for. And interesting. I'm gonna refresh it. Maybe that'll work.
Well, you may have gone onto his channel.
No, it still said us, but there we go. It's all. Oh! Are you watching him as well? Are you checking it? Because all I can see is
no, I'm checking
Cody.
it. Cody is. Let's just restream Cody. That'll be more interesting than anything we do. We'll just restream Cody, and that'll get us 1 million followers, and we'll be famous. No.
Welcome to this garbage fire.
Yeah, no, we're good. We've sorted now. We're sorted. We go. It's okay. It's okay.
The camera's just slightly.
We're a little bit rushed. I only just finished eating, and I'm not telling what I ate for dinner.
That's much better.
I'm still eating because I'm unprofessional.
Excellent.
And you're the one complaining at me about Num Num's editing.
And Paul's gonna bugger off for lunch, for dinner any moment now, right?
No, I've already eaten. I'm done.
Good. All right, now we've all eaten, then that's good. We should probably talk about the rest of E3 then. Hi everyone who's just tuned into this stupidity. Yeah, welcome.
We've already covered like half of E3, and now we're covering the other half. The only thing is that this half is shorter than the first.
Which means it's not half. It's more like a third that we have left.
They don't understand math.
Oh, they understand it better than you do.
Excuse me?
You heard me.
Oh, we will fucking get into that later.
Oh, here we go. All right, well,
prime number.
Yes.
That took you a while.
I'm just like, is it? Yeah, it is. Only divisible by itself in 1. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. As is 3 and 5 and 7.
5 times 7.
5 times 7, 35.
Took your time.
I've had the list.
Why are we?
So are we ready to start this bullshit?
I mean, we've already technically started this bullshit. I mean, this is a normal episode. We don't talk about anything that we're supposed to, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, we normally talk about what we're supposed to and then devolve into bullshit.
Devolve is not on this episode.
Yeah, we've already done that.
We're talking about PC show.
Well, before we jump into it, we'll give a shout out to Reset, who finally actually put out their 100th episode.
Oh yeah,
which is nice. Devolver 2.0. It's pretty freaking great.
I'll listen to it later.
Yeah, you're the only one who has it out of us 3. It's pretty freaking amazing. It's short but sweet, and yeah, quite funny.
Beautiful.
Yes. Well, I'll be the judge of that.
PC E3 stuff time.
Oh
Words.
my god! Can I just say a few things about what my expectations were going into this?
Sure.
I had so low expectations of this, and I was so like, it was amazing because I watched this for 45 minutes and I was like, this is very similar. This is very shitty. God, they're doing all this stuff over again. I watched it for 45 minutes and I was like, oh wait, this is the one from last year. That's how much I didn't care about this. I watched the last one for last year. And
I swear these games have come out before. Oh my god!
I thought because they were talking about Tunic, and I was like, wait, it was always called Tunic. Why are they saying that it's now called Tunic? Which is a fucking awesome game. That was the only good thing from the PC Gaming Show last year. But this year was better. This year was better.
Yeah, see, I kind of watched it in bits because it was on, the day when.
That helps.
Well, it was just due to the way time works. I didn't get up early to watch it. Went to work, caught like the end of it, and then I went back and watched the rest of it from the start onwards.
Well, I will say something that's possibly lost on you by watching it in chunks is that went on a little bit too long. It went for like 2 hours, and by that time I was just like, I'm kind of over it now.
Even watching it in chunks, it felt long.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I do have the notes on
the actual one from this year then.
Yeah, but I do have the notes for everything that was shown there. So, and most of them we can kind of
two. Thank you. Let's start off with satisfactory.
Okay.
Satisfaction.
Did this game look satisfactory to you, Sam?
I thought it looked alright. I'm kind of into those factory sort of games. I don't know why. I just really like efficiency, which is odd, I suppose, because like this is what my desk looks like after.
Mine's not much better.
Yeah,
In
but
fact,
that's
it's not
like
better at
after
all.
a day or two of like completely tidying it up.
Yeah, me too. So for those who are watching live, by the way, we do have trailers, but we don't have them for like the first 4 or 5 games for PC because they weren't interesting enough to grab them.
Interesting.
So, but don't worry, we do have trailers 4 years later down the track.
I feel like it's cool.
It does look okay, but it's really not my kind of game, so I didn't give a crap. You know?
Yeah. I mean, admittedly, I really love those kinds of efficiency games, but I play them for like 5 minutes and I'm like, this is... Nah.
That's kind of the thing. Like, I'll play it for... I did the same with Factorio, right? Played for 5 minutes, gone, yep, I don't like this. And then moved on with my life.
I didn't play Factorio. Have you played like Space Chem or Opus Magnum though?
I have Space Chem, and I've never gotten it to run my computer properly.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great.
I don't know. It's always detected as it's did the thing which was it Paul who had the game that detected as a virus, or was it you? One of you had a game that detected as a virus the other week.
That's me, and that was BlazBlue.
Yeah, that's right. I had Space Chem do that, as well as I had like Gianna Sisters or something like that do a similar thing too. But it was weird. Anyway, so I still haven't played Space Chem, and then I don't know. I'll get around to it eventually. That said. It was funny because, okay, so it's built by Coffee Stain Studios, you build a factory, supposedly you're an engineer on an alien planet, so you build machines and then factory and automate all that kind of stuff, make it efficient. The world's big enough that you need vehicles to get around.
Which is cool.
Which is interesting, you make like massive factories, which is ridiculous.
It looks alright.
Yeah, it looks okay. It's first person, and then the reason they gave for it being in first person rather than the top down that you usually see this factory building kind of stuff was so that you get to feel the scope of this giant factory that you've built, and you feel like you're the one building it rather than like giving orders to have your little dudes to it.
Yeah.
So
I think you should have a mix of both.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
One of the best things, like especially with the theme park type games, is you build it from the top and then you jump down to the lower level to explore and. Kind of like the Jurassic Evolution has just come out recently.
We'll come back to that. They did cover that in the PC show.
Okay. Yep, fine.
But yeah, the other thing said 30 square kilometer map size, and that's one that interested me. They actually said kilometers at an American show, so well done. Improvement.
Hooray. Just because we're in America doesn't mean we have to use the fucking imperial system.
Exactly. It's got multiplayer co-op, so you can make a really big one. Closed alpha's coming soon.
Make it really big one.
Yeah, I did see like I did see someone on Facebook going, they've just taken Factorio and made it a third dimension. I'm like, I don't know, I haven't played either. Really? So, yeah. Next up was a game called NeoCab.
That looks alright.
It does look okay. So the idea is that you're in a city of automated cabs and you are the last human cab driver.
Okay.
But you're there to look for your friend who hasn't called in since you entered this city, and then so it appears that there's a kind of mystery and stuff, as well as kind of being an Uber driver and being reviewed and stuff. So it's actually like sort of more story driven rather than a crazy taxi game.
Yeah.
Reminds me a lot of Valhalla. Did either of you guys play that?
It doesn't sound familiar now.
I got that as a Christmas present, and I played a bit of it. I need to finish it. It just kept going on longer than I expected.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it was one where you're playing like as a bartender, and it kind of seems like in this similar to this one, you know, you kind of have conversations with this, and there's slowly this
I remember
story that unfolds, kind of conversation by conversation. I don't know, it's all right.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean now when you talk about that particular game, because it's sort of like the digital one is like Valhalla, but it's like with ones instead of L's and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. When you say Valhalla, I immediately go Vikings. I don't remember any Viking story game.
11H, 11A,
yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I know the one. No.
Nope. Not at all. Not at all.
Anyway. Let's move on. Now, before we talk about the next game, I will just preface this by saying the guy on stage at the start of the show just said, we have several Battle Royale games to show off tonight.
Yeah.
By several, he meant...
I'm first just annoyed at the name of it. That's not what I'm expecting. Like, I wanted, robot bosses.
Oh, for this next game is?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're getting at. Yeah, okay. So yeah, no, I'm
It
like
was
that.
just
That took me a
'cause it
moment.
reminded me of Jake fucking. Oh, no, wait, no, Logan Paul. One of those fucking assholes.
Oh, whatever. Anyway, the next one we're going to talk about is Maverick's Proving Grounds, and Paul's getting at like Maverick's. Paul was getting at Mavericks being like Mega Man robot bosses.
Yeah.
They're actually called Mega Mans. Anyway,
I
my
got that reference.
my notes for this literally say BR bollocks, and then 1,000 players with many question marks and exclamation marks after it, because they claimed it to be massive battle royale.
Yeah. It's like, how can we evolve this game mechanics?
101 players.
Just
100.
throw more players into it. That will solve it. That's how we become the best in the industry.
That's the same logic as the people that go, well, we've got the biggest map, therefore we have the best games. Like, no, you don't.
It's the biggest map with nothing in it, yeah. They have said other stuff, though. They did say that there's lots of environmental stuff in terms of, like, leaving footprints in the ground so people can follow those to track you down, displace bushes and stuff like that. I don't know how legitimate any of this is. Oi? Oh, Darwin Project did that too, did they?
Sort of. Yeah, they have tracking and stuff.
Okay, well, yeah, this is what they were saying, like, that, they said there is persistent MMO-esque stuff, like, they do have, like, the safe zone, and it's meant to be more of, like, a world than just the go in, kill people, lose, go back out again. Anyway, whatever, it's Battle Royale, we've seen it a million times before.
It's Battle Royale, but now with Second Life.
Yeah, I guess. There's a closed beta sign-up if you're interested. If you did it this week, which is last week, I guess, so it's probably too late, you'll get a bonus E3 pack in the beta. That's a thing. Those are words. Yeah. I don't know. Moving on, next up was The Forgotten City. Now, that's a standalone reimagining of an award-winning mod. I think it was a Skyrim mod. It's possible.
I just think it's rad to be like, oh, this is a standalone game based on a mod, and it's being advertised at E3. It's like, okay, that's cool. I can kind of get behind that.
It's a mod that won an award for storytelling and writing.
Oh,
and
I didn't even know they had those. Is that like a specific?
I don't know if it was a specific game thing or whether it was, like mod-specific awards. I don't know, but they did win some kind of award.
I just think that's cool.
The conceit of this is you're exploring a city where if one person sins, everyone gets punished.
Yep.
And they all got frozen into what appear to be like bronze statues. And so you have to go in and figure out what's going on, why any of this happened.
You should be a bronze statue in the circumstance.
I don't know what's going on. But it also had who fucked up, why it got fucked up, can you help this? But it also had some kind of time travel conceit, it seemed, because you could fuck up and freeze everyone, including yourself. So, it is still a thing that can happen. I'm keen to give it a look. I think it is a Skyrim mod. I would double check right now, but it will screw up our overlay if I do. So, anyway, so they've always been, their tagline for it is the many shall suffer for the sins of the one. So,
yeah.
Sure,
I was a Skyrim mod.
I would hate. Okay, cool. I would hate to live there. Next was a game.
It looks awesome. I don't know what you said because I was busy looking at things. But 2019.
Cool.
Puzzle adventure. Looks cool.
Cool. The next one that came up was a game called Star Control Origins. Now, that one apparently there was some legal mess involved with that with the original developers of a different game called Star Control. This is kind of. I don't know what the extent. All I know is that my workmate mentioned that there was some legal struggle with this, and that it was interesting. It was even being shown. So, yeah. Anyway, you work for some group called Star Control. You're tasked with exploring the solar system and defending Earth. And basically, they say explore thousands of planets and go talk with aliens and harvest resources. And it sounds like No Man's Sky. Except that they're going
like more RPG diplomacy kind of thing,
with a world and stuff that happens in it. Yeah.
So like No Man's Sky, if you removed the exploration and added some actual gameplay.
Yeah, they said they claimed it to have an infinite universe, which is simulated at all times in all places. So you've got aliens on the other side of the galaxy who are interacting with each other, even if you're not there. So that's the thing.
Right. At least all the NPCs get to be entertained.
That's the thing, right? It's like it's easy for them to say that because you're never going to see the results of that unless they end up fighting each other and you come back and find this battlefield wasteland, which would be cool.
You're just like flying around and you go around the other side of the planet and you see them just playing poker on the other side of the moon. And you're just like, no, we were having diplomacy meetings.
I'd be okay if I bumped into into aliens playing poker. Like that's still more world building than bloody No Man's Sky had at launch. So that's the thing. So anyway, an interesting idea. It's got mod support. We can create your own ships and planets and stories, etc. It's got multiplayer. The multiplayer specifically does ship-to-ship combat mode called Fleet Battles. You can do that multiplayer or online, coming out September 20th this year.
Cool.
That's a thing that's happening. Next was, they showed new stuff for Hunt Showdown. Have either of you guys played that?
Nope. Heard about it.
Have you looked into it at all? It's an interesting idea.
It's basically Crysis's battle royale, but it's like you're hunting, some kind of monsters, and like if you capture them, then everyone knows that you captured them, and you get a bounty on your head. And it's like,
Yeah, and they can come after you and steal your bounty, kind of stuff. Yeah, apparently.
Or you can do the pro strat, which is don't actually hunt anything and just like hide in the bushes and wait for someone to get lots of money and stuff and just steal their shit. And just like, no, I'm not gonna have a lot of fun in that environment.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea, and you do have RPG progression that you have when you do missions and hunt minor monsters and stuff as well. But you lose all of that when your character dies. It is a permadeath, and you lose everything.
Yep, that sounds like so much fun for me.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, they showed off some new content, some new weapons, a vintage crossbow, throwing knives, hand crossbow, sticky bombs, and that was kind of all. So
let's wait for Just Cause 4 to come out.
Yeah, we'll just tether shit to each other. Okay, they showed off a game called Archangel Hellfire, which is basically, and it's an expansion that adds more maps, more mechs, multiplayer to a game called Archangel, which is supposedly on rails. It's like an on-rails mech shooter game, and then people are like, do a multiplayer game that's off-rails, and they're like, that's completely different to the game we built. But okay, and so they did it.
Oh, good.
And that's what this is. So this is the expansion that adds all that stuff and like a multiplayer mode, and comes out early access on July 17th. So yesterday.
Right. At this point, when I just looked it up, I saw a whole bunch of reviews. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we are a little bit behind the curve due to not finishing all of this last week, but all good. And now we're up to the first game I actually have a trailer for because I actually give a shit about this one.
Oh.
Yay!
And that I don't think is the right trailer. Of course. So, The Sinking City, a Cthulhu. Cool. Well, I've written in big letters Lovecraft, motherfucker.
Of course you did.
Anyway, it's by a company called Frogwares. It is an investigation / third-person shooter in the world of Lovecraft. So lots of Cthulhu monsters and madness and stuff.
I do always love seeing mystery games getting like a thing at E3.
I mean, the trailer, that dude's like floating across the ground, only just scraping the ground. I'm just like, I need this in my life. So they've said that's heavily investigation. There is some combat, but it's heavily based on the investigation. There's no hand-holding or clear objectives in it. You have to figure everything out. Basically, you're given your clues and stuff rather than a big arrow saying, go this way. Like most shooters and stuff nowadays, right? The story world, people are scared of all the monsters and weird shit that's going on, but they're not scared enough to leave town. So
makes sense.
That's bizarre.
Well, I mean, admittedly, it would be a far less fun game if there were just like 2 NPCs.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's a thing. There's a sanity mechanic that'll introduce hallucinations, let you hear distorted sounds and stuff. They're still fine tuning that, like, to see how much it breaks the story and stuff. But yeah, the game's not about combat, but you have the tools to defend yourself, apparently. Sign me up.
Cool. Yeah, it looks pretty awesome, I have to say.
Paul?
It looks like a game.
Yep.
Oh no, I haven't really. I watched the trailer, but you know.
Congratulations.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, how does it sound based on our description?
Like a game.
It does.
Mrs. Alante is clapping for you, Paul.
I know.
Slow clapping though.
Hi.
Well done. All right. Well, let's talk about something that Paul still doesn't care about, I guess. Warframe.
Yeah.
I should really give that a try at some point.
Yeah.
I hear good things. I know you don't like it particular, but
it just wasn't my thing. That's all.
Yeah. I can get the appeal, but like.
Yeah. So they got a new expansion for Warframe called The Sacrifice coming later this week. So it's going to be out by now.
Yeah. So.
They were also talking about Tenno Live, the Warframe convention, on July something about July the 7th, which is like long past, isn't it? I mean, July or June?
No,
my God, I've lost track. We're in June.
July is like in a few weeks.
Okay, so it's a few weeks away. So they showed like a bunch of stuff from last year's TennoCon.
It's Saturday in 2 weeks.
All right, cool. So it looks like a thing. Angry Joe seemed to like it. He was at the convention last year and gave it like a glowing report of it, you know, on their camera in their montage thing. So that's a thing.
I mean, you know, if there are enough people to, you know, make it worthwhile, then yeah, awesome. You know, get the community together.
They were showing, like, you know, people were being shown off like the expansion stuff from last year, and like there was lots of cheering and people going wild. So it has been big stuff that's been going on there.
Yeah.
Just
good for them.
Yeah. So it's having a good time, right? It's just not my thing. So that's the thing.
And they did the Sega Showcase.
Yeah, the Sega Showcase. The short version of that is Shining Resonance is coming to PC. I have no idea what that game is.
There's a whole bunch of them. There's Valkyria, Bayonetta, Vanquish, Puyo Puyo Tetris, Shenmue 1 and 2, Shining Resonance, Refrain, Yakuza Kiwami 2. Wait, that's also and also Valkyria Chronicles again that I've written there a second time, and Yakuza 0.
And Yakuza 0. Now, Mrs. Lante, not Bayonetta 3. This is like a port of the first one to PC.
Yeah, it's coming to PC. If you want to play it on PC and you want to just, you know, take your you know, Wii U and just like throw it directly into the sun. You know, you can now do that because you can just play it on PC.
Well, I mean, you could. I think it's already on PC and has been for a little bit, but it's been like the reiteration that it is there. It's also on Switch as well. Like, you know, you can get Bayonetta 1 on Switch as well. Comes with Bayonetta 2 there. So, you know, Mr. Lante, sorry to have let you down, but I mean, it was not a Bayonetta 3 trailer.
Finally achieve its dream of being a frisbee.
I was a little surprised that Bayonetta is getting a port to PC, mainly because I thought Nintendo owned all rights to Bayonetta now, but I suppose they can still do whatever they want with Bayonetta 1.
Yeah, Bayonetta 1 was always Platinum Games to begin with, and Nintendo didn't take it, so it was just that they ported it.
Yeah.
Yeah, why no previews on 3, Ms. Lante? Yeah, we'll come to that in later on. We do have an absentee section.
It's in Nintendo, maybe. You should stay tuned.
It's not ready to be shown yet, obviously.
I guess. Anyway, so that was Sega's thing. Then they went and showed Killing Floor 2. Basically...
Steampunk clown shit.
Yeah, so basically every year they do this thing called the Summer Summer Showcase or Summer Sideshow. That's it. Last year it was in a circus. And again, they showed that at the PC one too, because of the timing. It's like an event that they run during America summer, right? And it happens to be when E3 is, so they always do the thing and showing it off. This time there are robots, and it's on an airship, and there are new weapons. Like there's a lightning gauntlet, there's a quad-barreled shotgun. There's a new character. I don't know. I haven't played Killing Floor 2 really, and then there was a new sniper rifle. So that's stuff. But here's where it gets interesting. So Killing Floor is developed by Tripwire. But Tripwire also announced that they're becoming a publisher now. And that they're publishing a few games. So it turns out, did either of you guys end up playing Road Redemption?
No, but
So Road Redemption was the Road Rash kind of inspired
It's the one
game.
where you're on a motorbike and you can just beat the shit out of
Yeah,
people.
it's
on
Road Rash.
motorbike next to you.
Mrs. Alante is screaming in chat that she did play. And I love that game. It's her first game on Twitch. Oh, nice.
Cool.
Nice. Yeah, I did quite enjoy it. I never finished it, but it's a damn good game. And it's Road Rash all over again. It's Road Rash kind of with a little bit of roguelite to it. So, yeah, I know, right?
Roguelike?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, I'll pay that.
Yeah.
Anyway, they also announced a new game, which I'm supposedly have the trailer for. That is not.
Supposedly?
Oh my
Yes,
god.
and this game looks fucking amazing.
Have you heard of Man Eater, Paul?
I saw some articles today. Oh man.
The open world action RPG.
Hey, Shujinko, thank you for the follow.
Thank you.
Hello.
See, that's another reason why we should do this in Audacity, because now I'm going to have to edit around the...
Oh.
kind of...
It blew my ears out.
Yes, open world action RPG, or as the person on stage suggested, a shark PG.
Which I think was the best pun of the night.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, it was the best pun they had there, and the best joke they had during the PC show.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, Maneater.
It's Jaws the fucking game. It's about time.
It's Jaws the game without actually being a licensed Jaws game. And, you're a shark, it's open world, you have shark skill trees. There's a full...
Such a wonderful line.
There's a full single-player campaign.
I wouldn't be surprised
want
if they
this
add a
game.
Sharknado in there at some point.
Yeah, Mr. Lante's like, at least it's not Sharknado. I'm like, I
mean,
would pay more for Sharknado.
There are shark skill trees. Don't worry, you will get all the powers of being a Sharknado by the end if you play your cards right.
I'd better get the Sharknado powers. And then they had a montage of games by a company called Untitled Publisher. First off, they had like this little funny video. It's like, yes, that's our name, really. Publishers are boring, games and devs aren't. So, and then they so we'll take care of the game of the publishing stuff and get back to being boring. Here are some games. So they showed off 3 games. One's called Bravery Network Online, which appeared to be a turn-based, hand-drawn fighting game, RPG kind of thing. Yeah,
I've got Pokemon.
It seemed like a thing. Coming out 2019. Then there was a game called Morning Star, which appeared to be kind of a farming game, and then it turned evil.
Yeah, by the sound of things, it's supposed to be, because I looked on the Steam thing. I think they said it was something like it's a farming simulator, but it's sort of in the future where your seeds are like CD drives or something, and the soil is like computers or something, and it's just that just looks weird and dumb, and I want to try. And shut the fuck up, Miss Lalante. With your bullshit. Stop trying to derail us.
She succeeded.
I will have you know I edited around so many of your dumb comments. We've got 3 hours, we've got to cut this down. I'm not including, Miss Lalante said fistings. No, we're moving.
You're just making this worse on yourself now, man.
True.
Yes.
True.
Shut the fuck up.
Anyway, so that happened. That's a game. They also announced an old school looking platformer shooter called Overwhelm. And that's already out
now
with a 20% off launch discount, which may or may not still be.
Not here.
So it's not there. Discount's gone.
Look.
That's Sammy's live checking. And Mrs. Lante is begging forgiveness right now. So I'm okay with it. It's freaking hilarious. So Sammy's gonna. That's it. I'm not the one editing it.
Deal with this every week if we.
Yeah,
if we start doing this, yeah.
Sammy in pain.
It's still on for the next 11 and a half hours as of recording this. Which means
Right,
that if you're listening to the audio version, suck it.
Yeah, if you listen to the audio version, then that'll be done.
See, that's why you have to listen to this live.
Anyway, so Mr. Paul, you were going to talk about this game earlier.
Was I?
The next one they showed was Jurassic World Evolution.
Oh.
Wow. They had Jeff Goldblum in the trailer.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're just coughing over me. That's fine. They had Jeff Goldblum in the trailer.
Oh, did they? I didn't actually watch the
for
trailer.
him getting some work.
He was voicing over the trailer. I don't know if he's in the game at all.
I don't know, yeah.
Recently got a star on the Walk of Fame.
Cool.
But I've been
Anyway,
watching.
Paul, what you think?
Well, I've been watching a few streamers playing it recently. And yeah, I'm just like, yay, theme park where I can set dinosaurs out to kill people.
I know, right?
And you can jump like a helicopter comes flying in with the stun guns and all that stuff, and you can jump in and actually be the helicopter driver or the shooter. So,
okay, cool.
You can get down into the ground level and be in the jeep and drive around and like do stuff with the dinosaurs. It's like that's what I like about some of these theme games, and that's what I wanted to see back in the day when I used to play like Roller Coaster Tycoon and all that stuff. It's like being actually able to jump down into the park. So cool.
Yeah, okay, so it's been pointed out. So for our audio listeners later on, it has been pointed out by Lolante that Jeff Goldblum is in the game when she was watching Midnight Victoria playing it, and yeah, he's there. So that's an extra selling point. There's an extra selling. Thing is, I kind of want it, but I have the same issue with any of these city building type games that I'll play it for like 20 minutes and then just stop.
Yeah.
And I don't want to pay $60 US for a game that I'll stop after 5 minutes. When it's on sale, instant grab, right? So.
Oh yeah, and also Steam sales are coming soon.
Oh god, no.
Yeah.
I just went to Supernova and spent all my money on Dark Souls art.
Yeah, but it starts like.
I just spent all my money on a new monitor.
Thursday.
Paul's hugging his monitor and we're seeing far too much of him.
Games.
Yeah. When I say Dark Souls art, I actually mean Bloodborne art with one amazing print of Solaire doing his Solaire thing.
Very nice.
Anyway.
Stormland.
Stormland. I'm like, what are my notes on that one? Because I can't. Oh, that game.
It's by Insomniac and it's open world VR, which is an interesting and potentially impractical combination of ideas.
I felt ill watching the trailer. Legitimately felt queasy just watching the trailer for Stormland. I'll believe it. But yeah, Stormland is what we're talking about, Paul.
Yeah. You know, I just call it Johnny 5 Evolved. That's what, I don't know, for some reason my mind went to Johnny 5.
Sure.
Alright. Sure.
Those are words.
Okay, I know Andrew because he doesn't watch movies, but Sammy, Short Circuit?
Yeah, I've heard of Short Circuit. I mean, I haven't really watched much of it.
I know some of these words.
Okay. I guess that was just one of my favorite movies growing up.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Paul is so upset. Anyway, Oculus Rift, you are an android gardener. An entity called the Tempest uproots your habitat and shatters your body, so you've got to repair yourself and save your friends.
Yeah. And
cool.
It's somehow supposed to be open world VR.
Yeah, well, it's a VR game and it's an open world game. Like, it kind of... They're both things that have been done before, so do them at the same time.
That it's considered difficult to find the right, balance of how do I move my character without making the player queasy. The idea that you can have an open world is like...
That said, we also have Skyrim and Fallout in VR, and they're both open world games, so it has been done before. And
it's just it'll be a niche audience because for people like me that can handle it with no problem.
Yeah, as I said, the trailer made me feel queasy.
I'm definitely not going to be getting this first day if I ever get it.
Yeah, I mean, do you have an Oculus Rift?
No.
Yeah, because that's the other thing. It's on the Oculus store, not like the general one. Though I mean, they did crack some of that stuff, but I don't know if that's still the case. Anyway, apparently the Tempest rearranges stuff weekly, which is an interesting idea in that game. So
whatever.
Next up is a game called Nightcall. So this is the second. This is the second game from the PC show that's about being a cab driver.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, this is just the dark version of that Neo Cab.
It's this year has been Year of the Samurai and Year of the Cab Driver, and Year of the Battle Royale. What we need is a cab driver battle royale.
Ooh,
not my car.
Like,
But that's a good point.
and-
I've got to play that alpha still.
yeah.
Anyway, Nightcore,
Yeah.
you play as a French cab driver drawn into a world of crime. It looks very noir.
Noir.
Yes.
Mm.
Art style's nice. Art style's nice. I like it.
Yeah. And as I said before, just like a mystery game getting shown off at E3 is just like meh. Especially since Nancy Joe isn't still back until next year.
That's alright, it's coming. It's coming. Next up, we do have a new trailer
you
for
know
this.
all about it, don't you?
Well, no, but you said next year, and next year is coming.
Ouch. Mm.
This is true.
Like,
Yeah.
that should be the trailer for this next game called Sable.
Sable!
Yes, I
think
it's just so pretty.
This
Oh,
is
that's
a
the
gamer
right
one.
Yeah,
This
it
is a
looks
game.
like Belgian art style mixed with like just the wonder and like
Reminds me of Journey.
vibes of Studio Ghibli. I'm just like, it looks so
They-
pretty.
They did say it was inspired by French comics, line style, and Ghibli animation. So
Yeah, I
you're
did
right on the money.
steal. I did steal. But yeah, they're not wrong.
Yeah. So it's a narrative-focused open-world game, which immediately worries me because open world plus narrative focus equals difficult. But I mean, there've been plenty of games that have managed it, so
Yeah, we'll say.
it's about solitude and exploration, and so you kind of get on your hover bike and explore the desert.
Yeah, I'm kind of basically the selling points for me is hoverbike looks cool, art style looks cool. I don't know like anything about like the rest, but I'm just like, oh, that looks pretty.
Yeah, they said
Yeah.
it's going.
Yeah, just looking at it, it is extremely pretty, but I get Journey vibes from it.
Yeah,
So-
Yeah.
Progress desert. Desert
Yeah.
with nothing in it, and you're traveling through it.
possibly. That said,
So-
Journey was linear. This one is, they've said, open world.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
we'll
don't
see
know.
how
I
it
mean,
goes.
the other one that was interesting. They made a point of mentioning this on the thing is that the music in the game's by a band named Japanese Breakfast, and the dude was wearing one of their band shirts on stage. So that was kind of a cool.
Yeah.
They're like bothering, like plugging the band and everything. So it's nice.
Yeah.
Just something I thought worth mentioning. Next,
I've got stuff about band shirts to talk about later on.
well, if we want some random bants, we can talk about random shit after.
Yeah.
Meow.
People
let's-
are so stupid, and I hate people sometimes.
Oh, here we go. Okay, we'll come back to hating people, right? Anyway,
Mm.
the next one, I have 2 lines written on this one. Star Citizen.
Oh, yeah.
Does anyone still care?
Yes, obviously that's how they
The
can
pe-
sell
the people who have been-
$47,000 legendary pack.
I know, right? It's ridiculous.
Fucking hell.
Like, did it actually show anything new? Like, is it playable?
Don't worry. It's
I-
coming. Just like scale down.
It's only
legitimately-
6 years, so.
I legitimately didn't take any notes on Star Citizen other than writing Does Anyone Still Care? So I actually don't know if there was anything new being shown. I can't remember. It's just a game I don't give a shit about in the slightest because they're charging so much for something that doesn't exist.
Cool. Next,
Right.
the Predator came out and talked about tech things.
Yeah,
Moving on.
wait, they actually
Genesis
had...
Alpha 1.
I just wrote down hardware. I skipped this. I didn't even realize the Predator came out. I actually skipped the video for that.
No, it was just, I think the company was called, I don't give
Oh,
a shit.
okay.
Just fuck.
Sure. Anyway, Genesis
I
Alpha
don't
1.
go to learn about hardware. How am I supposed to have fun with this? Hitting
Genesis Alpha
someone over
1.
the head with it?
Genesis Alpha 1 is interesting. Look for a new home for your ship's crew, but you can splice DNA from aliens into your crew for new abilities.
I mean, I just like
Ew.
that because I love transformation and shape-shifting in media.
It's
just
like-
generally.
So is it like Spore meets Space Game? So it's like Spore with a game? Or
It's like Spore meets No Man's Sky. The best of
Oh.
both.
best of both? So like it runs.
It runs.
And
It runs, and it's also the price of Spore, and that's it. That's all it's got going for it.
Anyway, it's first person. There was actually like lots of shooting and stuff. There were lots of aliens attacking and things, so it could be a thing.
That's cool.
Can't help but giggle at Lante's comments at this point. Okay, so that's coming out 4th of the 9th, 2018, and I've written in
Mhm.
brackets translated to Aussie, so I did translate it to our because I wrote it in numbers. My
Go
next notes weren't related to a game, but it's
Yeah.
why is there a duck here? It's awesome.
Drake's
But
cake.
what?
Why
Drake's cakes.
it's awesome. Fuck off.
Yeah. Well, it's a duck.
If it was the Gillette Hydra bot again, you'd be like, oh god.
No, I approved.
It's like, not
I
a duck.
approved of Chic Hydra bot. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but like ironically, it's just like, oh, what the fuck is this bullshit?
But it was a duck promoting cake.
Yum.
I mean, I can't even eat its cakes, probably.
Yeah,
but...
exactly. So it's like good on one hand and terrible on the other.
Yeah, I can laugh at the duck.
Isn't it tragic?
I know, right?
You love ducks, but you can't eat the bread that you feed them.
That's why he gives them the bread.
Maybe that's why you like it, because then you can get rid of it by just giving it to the ducks.
You're onto something. You might be onto something.
Let's move on. She's burning us.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, it's burn about the ducks. Anyway,
Starve
next...
Hamlet. It's funny because there are pig people in it. Get it? Hamlet.
Like a baby pig.
Yeah, it's gonna be in December, but more importantly, Just Cause 4.
Apparently, you're fucking again.
Huh?
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, just Cause 4 fucking again, because it was in every other fucking trailer. That's every other thing. We covered that. We covered that in most detail in Sam Square, so we can move on. Then they talk about 2 Walking Dead games.
Yeah, one that I don't really care about, and one that I only sort of care about.
One that I kind of care about, and then one that I really don't, because season 2 was dumb. So,
just like that one season, fuck the rest of it.
I didn't play season 3 or Michonne or whatever it is. Anyway,
I only got like halfway through like the second episode because like my computer crashed, and I was like, nah, I don't want to.
Well, we'll do them in order. So Overkill's doing a first-person shooter cooperative Walking Dead one. They're the developers who made Payday, so I trust them to make a fun shooter.
Yeah, but like, have you seen any of the gameplay? Because it just looks like pretty garbage.
It looks like shooting zombies.
Yeah, but it also looks pretty garbage.
Look, we got a better zombie shooting game coming up, which I'm so excited about. We'll talk about when we get there.
Oh, you want Days Gone? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. See, Days fucking gone.
Anyway, Walking Dead, the final season.
It is good that they're at least going like it. No,
it
ends,
even though, having said that, they did have that movie that was The Final Destination, and then they ended up having Final Destination 5 after it. That was awkward. So hopefully they don't pull that with this thing. Actually, it's the 4th season, so yeah, they might do that. Perfectly mirrored.
God. Anyway,
I would like to see the ending of the Walking Dead series.
It does look good though, because they're taking the focus away from QTE, which is nice.
That's good. Anyway, storyline-wise, Clementine's been traveling for a bit. It's after the time skip from the comics. I don't know. I don't read the comics. Traveling becomes untenable for them, so they find a school to hole up in and try to kind of make it a home. And so it's about the challenges involved with that. Comes out August 14th.
Good.
So the one we missed, was with the Overkill one. Comes out November 6th in the US and November 8th everywhere else. And in brackets, I've written "fuck off" with that.
That's childish.
Well, yeah, but I mean, worldwide simultaneous, like everyone else does nowadays. Anyway, next up was a game called Noita, which I want. I want this amazingly. Old school, looking like
powder toy.
8-bit roguelite. You are a wizard, and every pixel in the game is physics simulated.
Yep,
that's cool.
It's like powder toy.
It's too bad I'm not a fan of roguelikes.
I'm just like, gimme. I'm going to kill myself in so many dumb ways. I mean, that bit in the trailer just looked like you threw a holy hand grenade, and
okay, that's cool.
And it was just like, yeah, I need this game.
I want to try it.
I don't think it had a release date though, which upsets me. But I mean, it seems to be very heavily physics based. Like lots of the physics kind of ridiculousness, like we've been doing in our long overdue Divinity runs, Paul.
Hi.
It's been like kind of like the stupidity that you can do in that. I feel like.
Good.
Anyway, next up was a game that I'm actually super keen on called 2 Point Hospital.
More theme stuff, which is
They fucked up the mic, so that was a good start.
Yeah, but it's theme
awkwardly cuddle.
Theme hospital, but modern.
But
so
it's not copyright infringement.
Well, that too. It looks freaking hilarious. So, train your doctors to improve and research cures and stuff, build your hospital, maintain it, keep it clean. And they were showing off a bunch of...
Release date?
Release date?
Later in the year.
Comes out in quote-unquote fall.
Fuck.
So let's translate that to
but all right.
So translate that to Australian. So spring.
Spring. So that's reasonably close.
It's reasonably close, but still, fuck. I want it now.
Yeah.
Well, it's within the next few months, so you know
it's pretty great. They have a thing where like if you have to regularly move like your furniture around a bit because you might find that you have a monobrow infestation.
Yes.
Like what the fuck?
And it's
I love it.
It is just and I like that they were showing it in the gameplay there, and I wanted to have like some of the gameplay showing stuff in this one, so instead of just grabbing the trailer, I grabbed the part for the from the live show for our trailer purposes.
So explain, tell us how you did things, and
but my point being is they are about to show that with that monobrow infestation, someone actually comes in with monobrow as a disease, and it's the first patient they've got, and then it caused having him and then having him there is what caused the infestation of monobrows within the hospital. So you may actually
dumb.
It is really dumb. But even aside from that, it does mean that you may have stuff like that happen from other patients, right? So you may have patients making each other sick or causing other issues you need to deal with in the hospital.
Yep.
So
this is a total buy.
Yeah, like fucking sold.
Yep.
Right.
All right.
And we had Realm Royale, which still looks cool.
It's a battle royale made by the smart people.
It's sort of okay, I think. Then we had Ooblets.
Now, Ooblets looks cute as all hell, but I'm still unclear on what the game actually is. It looks like a Pikmin-ish thing.
Well, yeah, like I've heard it just be described as kind of like Harvest Moon meets like Pokemon. Like you grow like stuff in your yard, and it like turns into like little monster things that follow you around, and you can have fucking dog fights with them, like what? Pokemon.
That's weird. Sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember seeing. Well, I saw it in last year's fucking PC gaming show.
Yeah, and I still didn't know what it was about then.
Stuff, and then they pull it out, and it's like, oh, it's like a big thing. I'm like, okay, now he's following me around, and this is all very cute.
Yeah, it was super cute. I've written looks cute AF in my notes. So PC and Xbone, I'm still not sure when it's coming out.
Cool.
Then they had someone on stage to talk about Anno 1800.
Yeah, I suck at strategy, so I'm just gonna.
I was gonna say, have you guys ever played the Anno games?
No.
Yeah, like Sammy's like hiding at this point. I mean, short version is it's city building, exploration, economics, and ship combat. I mean, I do want to go back and play Civ again. I don't think I'll play Anno. I'll just play Civ.
True.
Wild thing to say there, but you know. Anyway, after that, apparently you can actually go and vote for ships. So you can go and vote for ships in it, and players can design ship variants, and the winner gets into the game. So that's a thing. After that is Rapture Rejects, which I have the trailer for, but
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Cyanide and Happiness does a battle royale.
Yes, a battle royale I'm actually interested in.
You're only interested in it because it's Cyanide and Happiness.
Well, no, it's a top-down as well, which I'm much more likely to play than a third person.
I reckon it just makes it look shitter, but that's just me.
I like the dual-stick shooter style games though, so it works for me. Anyway, Cyanide and Happiness, battle royale. The entire idea is that they've taken the wrong people to heaven, and everyone who's left behind doesn't give a shit anymore. Is trying to kill each other.
Wait, taking the wrong people too?
Yeah, I mean, even the trailer takes like they've got like the drunkard roommate who goes to heaven, but the guy who's like super Christian and super pious the whole time is left behind. So he starts drinking and go fuck it, and starts killing people. And
you were wrong all along, and hell is in the clouds and heaven is below us.
There, I believe there was one. I believe
they're
there
being dragged up to hell.
I actually believe there were some cultures that believed in that just because they were in a cold climate, and so in the center of the earth is warm.
Take that.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want this game. I mean, I've just written down with that. Finally, a BR game that doesn't suck, having not played it. So,
cool.
But I mean, I'm super keen for top-down battle royale stuff.
And finally,
Finally,
Hitman 2.
Hitman 2, yes.
That looks cool.
Now I do have a trailer for that too. So
That looks fun.
yeah, and my notes on this are entirely stream of consciousness shit. Like he just killed a dude with a fish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. So coming out, so it's the first location for it is in Miami. And
the racetrack, and you can like fuck up the race car, and oh, it looks cool.
It really does. It really does.
Yeah.
It comes out November 13th.
The only problem is that I have is that I got Hitman, and I absolutely loved the first level, and then never played any of it. So I'm like, should I buy it? If you pre-order it, you can get a sniper thing though.
That's true. They had that as a thing. Yeah. So they also have a picture-in-picture mode that to show what's happening in other places, like if you've set up traps and stuff. So you can kind of see them going off. They were talking about that on stage.
Haven't they done that before? It feels like something they've done before.
It feels like something they've done before, but it's something that they mentioned is in the game, so it might be like the return of that as a feature.
Yeah,
rather than a new thing.
I haven't played that much yet, man.
The other note I've written is there's a frying pan, so PUBG's going to sue them.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so that is the end of the PC show.
Yes, finally.
Best in show for PC?
I was thinking maybe like Hitman 2, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff. Man-Eater, I guess.
2 Point Hospital.
See, there's quite a bit here that I'm interested in, right? 2 Point Hospital, The Sinking City, the Rapture Rejects, Sable. Like, the show itself was not overly interesting, but they did show a lot of stuff that is, you know, when you take that stuff and take it out of the context of their stupid interview format show, that's pretty good looking.
I thought like, I mean, I guess I only really have the previous year to reference, but like I think they did pretty well.
They did better than they've done. It's so far out of the
still needs to be shorter because like fucking hell.
So far out of all the PC shows, it's been the best one. The first one was like 3 hours, man.
Ugh, fucking hell.
Yeah, and now Mark's telling us we have to start all over again. So
we're not
let's go
doing
back.
that.
Let's go back to our EA's one, hey?
Nope.
I'm out. Nah.
We already spent a fucking hour with this shit. I'm gonna edit that out.
No, it's
good work, Mark.
He's not coming back, is he?
All right, cool.
All right, well we can do Sony without him.
Now we can get through it just that little bit quicker now.
Yeah. All right. Well, Oh, he's back. Okay, let's get into Sony's thing then.
Oh, we're gonna drop that thing.
Welcome to church.
There it is.
Welcome to church. Yeah.
Welcome to church. Fuck off.
Yeah. So they had they started their presentation.
Wanker.
They started their presentation in a churchish looking fucking tent thing. It was made to replicate the location in the game that they trailered first. Which was...
Don't worry, it's not like that scene in Kingsman, because I'm a hip young pop culture man.
I have not seen that film, but I have seen that scene.
There's a scene in it where
I've seen the scene.
tons of people get killed in a church.
See, I think
that's the joke. It's fucking dumb.
I've seen the scene. Paul made me see that.
Oh, well then why the fuck did you...
I literally said it 3 times!
Shut the fuck up. Right.
Look, honestly, I was just sitting there, and I'm like, I'm a bad person, because I just want to tell this guy playing the banjo to fuck off. I just want to see the game.
So the guy playing the banjo's name's Gustavo Santaolalla, and he handled most of the soundtrack for both games, and it does a lot of really good music. So fuck you.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Look, he's fantastic. Obviously, he can play. He does fantastic music. But I'm just like, I just want to see the game. Can you at least test the trailers behind while you're playing?
Yeah, that's my fucking question, because Ubisoft was the only people that did it. Like, why couldn't Bethesda have your let's party death,
get ready to die song,
and have the trailer? Why couldn't you have the guy? Why the fuck did they, like, I mean, now we're skipping ahead a little bit, but we had a guy who was playing a Japanese flute, and then finally that ended so we could start the trailer, which
opened a Japanese flute.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? Do them at the same time.
And also, because I didn't know that guy does the music for both the games, I was just thinking, fuck Sony. Fucking Bethesda could afford a fucking band. You can only afford one guy.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing, right? It's because I knew the guy by name, but not from that soundtrack. I'd known it from like some chance stuff he did some collabs with. Anyway, but listening to the music, like, you know, maybe 30 seconds in, I picked up on the fact that it's going to be The Last of Us. Just because I'm like, this just has that feel to it. And it was The Last of Us.
Yes.
The Last of Us 2. So, yeah, I'm like, well, the scene in the game looks like where they are in the presentation. It explains everything. They've got all the lights and techy stuff going on. And then,
Real shit happens.
Yeah, so they have, you know, this scene here that's being shown in the trailers. With, you know, showing relationship stuff.
Kissing another lady.
A lady kissing another lady. So, representation, that's nice. Why is Paul licking the camera? What is going on here?
Christ.
And then, oh god, and then it segues into brutal violence because, you know, she's fighting to survive, and then it segues back to them dancing again. So that's the trailer. What the hell are you guys doing?
It's pretty cool. Admittedly, I'd say it's a lot cooler for the fact that I still haven't played like much of Last of Us. I was pretty fucking upset when I actually opened up a walkthrough and was like, oh, I'm only a third of the way through the game apparently. It looks fucking intense though. It's hard to believe that that's like gameplay because that's so fucking.
Oh, what, when it got to the gameplay itself, where they were like murdering each other and stuff?
Yeah,
and
like,
they had
if that's actual gameplay, like holy fuck.
It was freaking brutal. Like, I mean, we're probably not going to get through
it, but but even like all the tiny little animation.
Yeah, we're not even going to get halfway through the trailer by the time we're done discussing it. But they have, like, you know, a section where, like, a dude's torturing a guy and rips out his intestines. And, like, it's freaking brutal. Yeah. Right? And, like, here, people who are watching it live have now seen the segue straight from the kiss into the I'm stabbing a dude in the neck repeatedly. Yes. Because, you know, it's the kind of the juxtaposition between, like, the normal life she wants to lead and what she has to do.
Which is, that's a good, like... It was a really good trailer. Like,
it was a great fucking trailer, and then it's like we're straight into gameplay. I hope this is gameplay because I mean, you've got a tendency for these things to be touched up a little bit, but even then, like if it is this detailed, and I mean, I trust Naughty Dog to do something this detailed, especially after the first game, you know, which is all done on PS3. So now they've got that extra processing power. Why wouldn't they be able to handle all this? And it's a super brutal, super intense, and I'm super into it. Give me this game.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely into it. I'm still cynical. I don't trust seeing any gameplay trailers. Like, yeah. Fair. But, you know, once again, you did say, like, Naughty Dog has proven themselves to be quite trustworthy, so, you know.
Yeah, that's why, like, that's why I'm, like, trusting this as a gameplay trailer over, say, anything EA shows me, because, because Naughty Dog have shown to me time and time again that what they that they're telling the truth when they show this stuff off. EA, you know, have proven to me that they're a bunch of filthy liars. So,
oh my god.
So, also, I did notice in the trailer they were calling Ellie Wolf.
Sorry,
like, the bad guys were calling her Wolf, I think, or at least it seemed like it, which is interesting. Like they've given her a name.
It makes sense
knowing her real name.
At this time that she would have a reputation, because obviously she's a badass.
Yeah, she's ridiculous. So I am all about this game. Gimme.
Yep. And then we had the intermission.
Intermission after one game.
Fucking mission.
Painful.
I just fucking love that because like I was just like, wait, is that the entire press conference? Just one game.
That would have been funny. So basically what happened was they had this section in their church tent thing, and then they had people walk through a bunch of gardens and stuff that showed off like other scenes from other games until they got to where the rest of the presentation was being held.
Yeah.
And apparently there was actually even more. Apparently there was even more to that though, because after the entire presentation at a party later on, they showed off another game at like a party where people like drinking and stuff. Like, what? There's another fucking game? Guys, how disorganized are you? What is going on?
Okay.
Apparently,
it sounds like it was...
apparently they were showing off a puppet show to reveal more stuff about that Dreams game that Media Molecule were making. I haven't got any trailers or any comments on that because again, that was in like the private stuff for people who were there.
Jeez.
Dreams was flashed every time they showed a new trailer. There was a little short Dreams little
It's like a little palette cleanser thing, yeah.
That's what that was. I
Yeah.
kept having like lots of little notes of like Trumpet Man game.
Yeah,
that's
there's funny
brilliant.
dreams. Anyway, before we get into the next main one, they did go and reiterate the stuff that was released. Like they went to a panel to keep the internet people interested between like that intermission. So they did go and reiterate through the stuff that was done on the lead up, and we have some of that. So they talked about COD for a bit. Let's move on from that.
Before they talked about that, they talked about God of War. It's going to get New Game Plus.
That's true. Yes, God of War is getting New Game Plus, which is cool.
That's cool.
I honestly skipped the whole intermission section because I was like, I'm watching VOD. I don't have to watch this shit.
Yeah, fair enough. I was watching it at work, like live while I was working, so I kind of had that running through. So they, they're doing New Game Plus for God of War. That was announced. Then they showed some COD stuff, which I've just written the word COD and moved on. And then a recap of the pre-announcements, including one that interested me quite a bit, the Tetris Effect.
Yeah.
Tetris,
whatever.
So it's basically Tetris, but super pretty, and by the developers of Rez.
I had no idea what was going on. I was just like,
It's like, well, the interesting parts of that really is that it's got the whole Rez trippy graphics thing going on, as well as being Tetris. But on top of that, they've named the game after, the Tetris Effect, which was basically people who played Tetris for a long time would then go to sleep and see the moving blocks falling in their sleep. Which was an interesting thing. And I mean, I found that when I play like Guitar Hero for hours on end, I would just see moving blocks when I went to sleep as well. So I'm like, it is a real thing. Yeah, see, anything with like stuff like that, it's a real thing. But yeah, there's like jellyfish flying around and really beautiful trancey music, and it's like, I'm all about this. Give me this game, because I don't see them charging more than $30 for it. And if they do, I don't know.
And if they like $60, it's just like
$30.
I don't see them charging more than that. I don't see them charging more than that. If they do, I probably will pay for it because I want it. I want it.
You're a fucking consumer.
Oh, shut it. So are you. Anyway.
And then they showed off Days Gone.
So Paul was excited for this.
Coming to PSVR.
No, Days Gone.
I'm excited for.
I'm actually excited for Days Gone.
I fucking need Beat Saber. Like, I'm praying that they have like the full.
Well, before we talk about Beat Saber, I have a trailer for that, but we have something else first by that you requested because I missed this announcement completely. Twin Mirror.
Twin Mirror.
Oh yeah. That looks cool, and it's by the people who did Life is Strange. Was it?
It was Don't Nod. So yeah.
Yeah. That looks interesting. It kind of, I mean, appropriately enough with that name, it seems like it's very much a Twin Peaks kind of thing.
I don't know Twin Peaks or anything like that, but and also, as I said, I'd missed this in the lead up. So when you mentioned it, I'm like, okay, I'll go watch the trailer and grab it for you because you wanted the trailer. And then I look at it, and it gave me a Silent Hill vibe.
Yeah, I can see that.
Works. Yeah.
I was just watching. It was like, what is this? I don't know what's going on. And then it broke. Like it's about to get there soon. I think right now in the trailer, and it just breaks out and just goes, "Hey, look, dream thingies!" It's just like, holy shit, what's going? I don't know what's going on even more now.
Yeah, it's like a mystery horror thing. Yeah. Like what the fuck?
I can get into that. And I mean, especially since it's by the people who did Life is Strange, and they also did Vampire as well. So that kind of that kind of you can kind of see how they've gone from like teen drama thing to doing kind of different like horror and esque kind of stuff. It's interesting. I'm interested to have a stab at that.
Yeah, it comes out 2019. Yes, there was also another one called Ghost Giant VR, which I know nothing about.
Yeah. It kind of looks like what was that other game? That one where you're like helping like a little mouse dude around. Like Moss or something.
Moss, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, well, but let's talk about Beat Saber for a bit. So that's been now announced for PlayStation VR. Because we've got the trailer running now, so...
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of like, good reviews and stuff on Steam. I was like, I want to play this, but I don't have VR. I want to play it now. Now it's on PlayStation VR. I'm like, yes!
Yeah, so it's coming to... Well, to me, honestly, like... Whether or not they allow for custom songs is going to be a deal breaker as to whether or not I get it on PSVR. I'm hoping that they will. But then again, we've had stuff in the news about Sony being complete dickheads.
We'll come back to that if we have time, yeah. But that said, like, how do you put custom songs into the PlayStation version? Because you'd have to put the music in too, and they'd be worried. Sony would be really worried about licensing. Meanwhile, on PC,
odds are good. I'm probably not getting it because, like, I don't think they've got like a big enough library that I'd be like playing that for very long on PSVR. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just like a test.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, like, on PC, you can't exactly stop people modding in extra levels, right? Like, that's the entire idea that Clone Hero is built on, right?
I'll Michael to get it and then, like, mooch off him.
Yeah, my code all the way down here. Sorry,
up here. What?
Sorry, and play it with me. Oh.
He'll just go annoy Michael. It's around the corner. And I'll go annoy you. Actually, the fun one we have though is my work's gotten a HTC Vive recently for some project stuff we've got, so we actually own one, and we do have Beat Saber on our work machine. So next board game night, I'm gonna play some of that shit. You can. Well, that's the thing. It's one where I'm not moving, so it's probably gonna be okay. I'll let you know how it goes. Because Super Hot went okay. All right. Then they showed some Destiny 2 expansion stuff.
And
everyone's talking at once. Hi.
Yep.
Destiny 2 stuff.
Yeah, I said that. That's what I was saying.
Exactly. And then we got to the rest of the actual presser that they wanted. The good part of it. Then we got
to the section that I like to call Sony, but apparently the previous Sony wasn't the proper Sony, so here's the real Sony. Question mark.
Pretty much. Now. Ghosts of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima. Gimme.
That one where they've just got the guy playing the flute for like 5 minutes.
Yes.
That looks cool though.
I really want this game.
That looks.
This is just another type of trailers. I'm just like, are you trying to trick me? It can't be. It can't look this good. It can't be like this. You're tricking me, aren't you? I don't just trust no one. It's like
this is one of those that like hype overload for me, right? And as I said, it's the year of the samurai and the year of battle royales, right? And the year of the cab driver. But and I mean,
apparently Assassin's Creed didn't get the memo about
Year of the Samurai. Well, we're not going to get our ancient Japan Assassin's Creed game until they're like run out of money. They're not selling anymore. Then they'll give us the one that everyone's asking for. But this is beating Assassin's Creed to it, and we'll get all the sales as a result. It just looks fucking gorgeous.
Yeah,
and it's samurai. You are in a samurai movie.
Mm-hmm.
And like the combat they're showing is like aiming for the whole precise, no wasted movements thing too. So I imagine it's gonna be really technical and difficult. But I mean, and I don't know if we'll reach that point before we move on. But there is like the first combat in the trailer. He does that draw your sword, instantly kill a guy thing. I'm just like, fuck yes. And you just got, all these leaves falling during all the fights and they're bouncing off your dude. Your dude kicks them up while you're fighting, that kind of stuff. And it's like, I need
stuff
this
like
game.
That just makes me go, I don't trust this.
It's just like super detailed.
Yeah.
It probably won't look, I will concede it probably won't look like that on my PS4 because I don't have the Pro. So we're swapping PS4s, Paul.
Screw you.
You don't trust them to do it, so,
Yeah.
Anyway, I want this.
Yep.
Simple as this.
It's alright.
Simple as that. So after Ghost of Tsushima,
we got Control.
I've got trailers for most of this stuff, actually. Yeah, Control. Yeah.
That looks pretty cool, especially even though, admittedly, I was like, they're gonna fuck with me like they fucked with me with Quantum Break, aren't they?
Well, that's the thing. I very much got Quantum Break vibes from this.
Yeah,
and that worried me.
It's very much the same kind of messing with physics, but also doing shooty bang bang kind of thing.
Yeah.
Was that the half-an-hour TV shows in between?
Good, because the half-an-hour TV shows where it's an interesting idea, but the servers didn't fucking work.
That broke my heart. I legitimately, had periods where it would buffer for like a solid minute. It's like...
I did have one... I had one half-hour episode that took an hour because of the amount of buffering.
Yeah.
It hurts my soul.
It was just not
And you had
great.
to download every fucking video file. You couldn't download the specific one you needed. I was
And
like,
it didn't even
"Fuck that."
download them because,
It for me,
it was
but
buffering them.
It was like, you have to wait an hour for this. I'm like, no, I'm not, no.
Anyway, Control looks like, it's got this lots of cool
It looks
telekinesis powers and stuff. I need to see more of it.
Good. I
Yeah.
want it to be good.
I
but
want
I'm
it to be
not
good.
entirely certain.
I need to see more of it.
I like how in the gameplay trailer, the trailer was showing, you do have some verticality movement, because in games like this, I usually find that they glue you to the ground, but it looks like you get a little bit, you get freedom to move around a little bit.
You can
So I
freaking
like
levitate and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that...
The Escher crap of like the entire thing is rotating. It's like...
That's one of the things that always kind of comes up for me too, right? Because I'm just like, well, I have telekinesis powers. Why don't I just telekinesis myself up and put myself... there's a platform I need to get. I don't need to hit the button to get the elevator. I'll just, you have powers so you can lift giant things and throw them around. I'm a thing I can pick up and throw around. Oh, maybe I just won't throw myself.
Like a good idea. That seems
maybe
like
I won't launch myself at the wall. I'll do the, pick myself up and gently place me where I want to be. But, it's still like, that's the levitation thing, right? It's just like another application of telekinesis.
Yes. Yes.
Like, you can see where I'm coming from, right? I hope. Wow. Okay.
We've evolved now.
That happened. All right. Well, next up was a game. There was a game, and I've just...
I was very
slideshow.
disappointed because I was under the impression that was going to be a stealth game.
You get out of here with your speculation.
I wanted it to be... I will say, though, that now that it isn't, I'm just like, okay, that's another game that I can add to my Dream Games program.
Yeah, well, my
stealth. You play as like one of those, little characters and all the things where they like steal food from humans and stuff.
Play as like one of the borrowers or something. Okay. Anyway, what it actually is, Paul.
I'm excited. I'm just excited because when this first started up, you're obviously in a view of a rat, Sammy, and I was just like, wait, I know a certain game series that has like lots to do with rats, and they've done this point of view thing from their intros and trailers before. Then I had the PlayStation 1 shop, I was like, and then you start hearing everything crash. I was like, oh, and then when it finally reveals like the zombie, I was like, Resident Evil. Then Liam pops up, like Resident Evil 2 remake, yes, oh my god, and since then, I've been watching gameplay trailers, which they've released, afterwards and stuff. People can actually play it. I'm like, I'm so excited because it's not a one-for-one remake. Like, sure, they use some of the same elements, the same locations, but they've changed things around. They've moved things around. There's a lot more detail. They're using the Resident Evil 7 engine, but because they don't have to focus on VR, there's like a hell of a lot more detail in it. The environments, it's so gory. Like you see a scene where he's trying to save someone under one of the security doors. He gets ripped in half, and he's got his guts out. I was like, oh my god, so gory, pretty, and
look
like
at the pretty glistening organs.
I know.
So you said gory and pretty in the same sentence, and I'm concerned for you.
Oh my god, I'm just super excited. Like just watching that, like the 20 minutes of gameplay. I'm like, if the whole game is like in this way, I'm just super pumped for it because it's third person, so it's not the static camera views anymore. It's third person over the camera, but that's fine. I like that.
It's Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, you can argue that. Some of the things that have changed is that I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, and I am going to call him like the officer, the
officer that like guides you.
Yeah. Like in the original game, he died in the he tells you where to go.
Spoiler.
Tells you to piss off and then locks the door. But in the remake,
it looks
like pretty much. In the remake, he looks like he's going to be helping you out from the middle of the station for a little while because he ends up sitting there. He opens up a computer and goes, "Okay, we need to figure out how to get here." And just some other things I'm seeing is like they bring back some like puzzles as well because they show off a little book that goes, okay, we need to get 3 medallions to put in the statue. And apparently that'll lead to an underground secret tunnel to lead out. And there's another one where it's like, okay, there's these two locks on Leon's desk, and the officers are left him a clue. Go, hey, you have to get the letters from our first and last names and put them together in the locks to get to your table. And I was like, welcome, rookie, and all that type of stuff. I'm like, yes. I'm like, puzzles are back too. Sweet. Like, this is the stuff I want from Resident Evil. Scary shit and puzzles for some reason.
Fair enough. I mean, my thought process was like, play as a rat or just trailer bollocks. Someone's getting arrested. The rat died. Oh man, it's another zombie game. Wait a minute, that's Leon. So, you know,
I approve of this zombie
I'm like,
game.
okay, this is a zombie game I can live with. And then I'm like, I'm wondering because made me happy when they showed Claire as well, because I didn't want them to, because Resident Evil 2 famously had, 2 discs, and depending on which one you put in first would be the character you'd play first. And then once you finished the game and saved it, because the thing is, Leon and Claire start the game in a car, and then they crash and they end up on opposite sides of the accident. Now, whoever you play first always starts on the same side, but your second playthrough is as the other character on the other side of the crash, and the game is significantly different. And I'm hoping that they kind of keep that dynamic to a degree, at least having your second playthrough as the other character being different, but I don't know if they do that this time.
So at the moment, at the moment, all I know is they have said, Claire and Leon meet at certain points. I haven't heard the clarification yet saying, yes, you'll be playing two campaigns. But I have heard clarification that Hunk and Tofu is back.
Oh, Tofu, yes!
So, they're still keeping that sense of humor.
Oh, Tofu is fucking stupid. So when you finish the game, you got an extra mode, which is just fight some zombies and escape, and you could play as a walking piece of tofu. That's that happened. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna have a similar situation to Resident Evil 1 remake in this, and I'll go play it and go, this isn't my Resident Evil 2. But
nice. I love Resident Evil 1 remake. Like I've spent around.
I have not finished Resident Evil 1 remake because I can't fucking figure out where to go because they changed it.
It's fantastic. When you play Resident Evil 2 remake, they changed everything. I don't know where it is.
Yeah. Fuck no. But I also didn't have I got lost and didn't have time to continue and haven't returned. That's all. So
no, I feel like just from watching the gameplay, Resident Evil 2 remake, it's gonna direct you a lot better because, like I said, the officer actually. You find a book that goes, okay, here's like the puzzle, we need to figure out how to do this.
Yeah, you get your hints and stuff.
So it gives you a bit more hints than I think Resident Evil 1 Remake does, where Resident Evil 1 Remake was very much closer to trying to say original, and then strapping on some extra pieces.
They changed just enough so that if you know the original off by heart, you get put off.
Yeah.
Like, the original one, here's the thing with Resident Evil 1 Remake, right? And here's just a funny moment. In Resident Evil 1, if you try to open the front door of the mansion, you just get this little cutscene of one of the dogs sticks his head in, and then you just push it out and close the door, and that's it. In the remake, they get in.
Yeah.
I died. Because I didn't have anything to fight them with. I was just like, I want to see this cutscene in HD. No, they got in and killed me. Like, god damn it.
Well, so far in the remake for Resident Evil 2, there's a switch that's taped up, and you have to get a knife to cut it. And I was like, oh, hello, Resident Evil 7, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I know, right? All right, well, let's move on. So next one was a game by.
I want to move on, but quickly, January 25th, 2019.
Yes.
Moving on.
Sorry, good point. So next was a game by Squatch Games, aka the Rick and Morty people.
Yay!
And so it was Trover Saves the Universe.
I had no fucking idea what's going on.
They didn't show. It was like a platformer. It was like an action platformer in VR.
Yeah.
That's all I got from that, and it has the kind of Rick and Morty comedy. It has that comedy, but it's not them as characters or universe.
It was literally like watching one of their multiverse TV show things where it was all ad-libbed. That's what it felt like when they ad-libbed once.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, then we also got another Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer.
Again.
But, at the very least, it was a different trailer from what I understand.
They showed a different...
just like, we're going to show the same one 3
times. Yeah, they showed a different trailer at, they showed the trailer at every bloody show, but they showed a different one at each show. I mean,
at least that was, good.
The start of each one was different, so they revealed a different bit. That said,
whatever.
High-resolution Donald Duck, I'm already sold. if the game actually exists.
Dun, 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 dun,
Well,
dun,
you'll
dun,
find
dun,
out
dun, dun, dun.
January 29.
I mean, it got delayed again. Anyway, the next
Yeah.
game is a game that continues to confuse the fuck out of me.
I gotta say,
yeah.
like, at least it feels like, you know, it's somewhat more cohesive. It's not just like babies, stomach, handprints. You know, it's like, oh, I kind of get what they're going with. Like, there's invisible things that can make things age faster. Is it dumb and weird and confusing? Yeah, but at least now I have
Hey,
some
there's
idea
nothing-
what's going on.
It's a Kojima game, so it's going to be a mindfuck.
I am.
Yeah,
Right.
you're a delivery guy, and some people seem upset by that, which I don't understand.
I don't know. I mean, it's people. Well, the thing is, most of the gameplay that was shown. Why do they give Kojima free reign, Mrs. Lante? Kojima left Konami and he started his own studio. That's why he has free reign.
Yeah,
Because it's his
There
fucking
was-
company.
yeah, and
But,
Konami is just
like,
gonna.
it's so interesting.
them.
It's so weird, and
I
I'm
want-
actually slightly worried at the same time because the only gameplay they really showed off was him walking around everywhere. And I
That
was like,
said, he did pull out a gunnish looking thing towards the end, and also it seems that there's going to be a lot of stealth involved with those invisible monsters and not being
oh
caught.
yeah.
Yeah,
So there are
which is
going to be-
interesting. I'd love to see how that's gonna work.
So there
That's
are
it.
going to be little bits of Metal Gear-ish, you know, the stealth is going to be back there. I don't know if there's going to be a cardboard box for me to hide in, but, you know.
Yeah.
Then again, you can hide
But
it
I
in your
don't think you
package,
can
right?
injure the demon invisible whatevers.
Who knows, you
Can
might
you?
be able to later on.
It's just so
But-
strange. Don't know.
I went back and watched all of the prior trailers last night as well, and it still doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, you start to see more and more pieces of it fitting together, but I have
Yeah.
resolved to not think too hard about it until I play it, and even then when I play it, I
Yeah.
feel like I won't fully understand. But, that said, I am
It's
sold.
fun. Who gives a fuck?
I am fully fucking sold on this.
Oh,
Whatever
yeah.
whatever Kojima is selling me, I'm buying, and I mean, I am currently wearing, like a Kojima
that-
Productions...
That that's a dangerous thing though to blindly just buy games just because of
I mean,
yeah,
it looks cool,
That's the
regardless
thing, though,
of
is-
whether or not I can explain everything.
That's the
you
thing
know?
is, I trust Kojima to give me a fun time in a video game. He's done that time and time again since PS1, where, you know, Metal Gear Solid. There onwards, like, have I had a single Metal Gear Solid game I didn't enjoy? Probably parts of Metal Gear Solid 2, mainly because I wasn't Snake. But, I mean,
And who did that?
Raiden.
Kojima.
yeah, but, like, then he fixed it by making fun of Raiden in the next game, and then making Raiden cool again later.
Yeah,
Make
they were
Raiden
trying
great
pretty
again.
bloody hard to make him cool.
Ninja Robot Man later on, it worked. It was fun. But I mean, even then, Metal Gear 2 was a fun game. It's just that Raiden wasn't a good character. But I'm just super keen on this, and I want it.
Yeah, I want.
And
They didn't say when it was coming though, because
No,
it
they
supposed to be
don't have a-
coming next year?
Who fucking knows? Who
Because wasn't
fucking
there
knows?
a thing like ages ago that he said that it was like coming out between like when Akira's set and like the Olympics or something?
Which can mean literally,
Vague,
like,
like
that's vague enough that you've got a few years in it, I'm sure.
What-
Anyways.
Anyways.
Hold on.
Well, when was
Hold
Akira
on.
set, and when are the
Hold on.
Olympics? Tell me.
Hold on a second. The Tokyo Olympics. Oh, when could that be?
I actually don't know. Was that the next one, right?
It's
It's 2020. Okay, and when was
2020.
Akira set?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
2020.
think-
That's still
I'm
2
pretty
years.
sure that would. Well, even if like we're talking about when it was set, like it's set before 2020.
Okay,
So
in that case,
2020's.
2020. But no one has set a release date that didn't say. Like, if you had an exact release date, it was this year or early next year. Then anything else is said 2019. If it's in 2020, then he's not going to put a release date.
Okay. But
I
I
mean,
thought that.
I also expect
it was
delays.
supposed to be 2019.
I also expect delays.
Yeah.
Like,
I just
Yeah.
find it weird that they didn't put anything.
I'm actually not surprised in the slightest about that. Anyway, I'm
Yeah,
super
whatever.
keen for this, and we'll see what do.
Neo
Interestingly,
2.
Twitch did do a poll
Oh,
about who people
okay.
trusted more, Kojima or Todd Howard, right? Because they were doing
Yeah,
polls
yeah,
all the way through their coverage, and Kojima won that by quite a margin.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So, and I mean, I guess Todd Howard, it just works, right?
Oh, Kojima, you precious, precious video game boy.
Yeah. Anyway, Neo 2, that happened.
Yeah.
I never finished the first one, and I really should go back and hate myself. Like, I
played it for like 5 minutes.
I mean, it's okay, but I didn't like it nearly as much as the Souls games that they were kind of somewhat inspired by difficulty-wise.
Yeah.
Because I felt the whole thing was unfair.
Surge or Neo?
Surge, easily. By a wide margin. The Surge I played single-mindedly till I finished it. Neo I played single-mindedly for 2 days and then went off and played something else.
Yeah. I think it's the centipede boss that I eventually went, fuck this game.
I didn't get beyond like the 2nd or 3rd level and gone, this isn't actually a fair or fun difficulty. It's just a fuck you. Like, suddenly these monsters don't respond to you hitting them. Like, you know, normally you can kind of rely on a little bit of knockback and stuff. It's like, nah, sometimes they just go, no, I'm hitting you instead.
Yeah.
So, you know. Then let's talk about a really cool looking game. Sammy, this one's all you, buddy.
Oh, my most excited game for the AAA space for 2018. And
Spider-Pig.
A good chunk of the reason that I got a PS4. Yeah, Spider-Man. We got more
Spider-Man, eh?
Yeah, they did like quite a big demo of Spider-Man going onto what's it called? The Raft, an island prison in a breakout stage by Electro. And yeah, they showed a bunch of the villains that they're going to be playing with. So we've got Scorpion, Vulture, Rhino. One thing there is at least one other character that they didn't mention because they specifically said, 5 of your worst enemies just got out, which implies, because we've got Mr. Negative, who's like the guy, who's all black and white and, supposed to be a philanthropist, but isn't really. And we've got 5 people that escape. 5 + 1 = 6. And there's a group in the Spider-Man lore called the Sinister Six. So that implies that there might be, one more person that we haven't got yet. Very good, Andrew.
Why do you name Electro?
Electro's there.
You didn't say his name.
I did at the start. Electro broke people out of the raft.
I don't know who these people are.
One other person that is going to be like another major antagonist. So that's exciting, and it just looks really pretty. And to be honest, I mean, I've already been sold for this game like ages ago. So what did you guys think?
I was sold on this ages ago as well, even though I know fuck all about Spider-Man other than he allegedly can do whatever a spider can.
I've definitely been sold on it for a while.
I mean, the combat looks really slick and really smooth. The traversal does too. They showed a bigger demo after the showcase was done on the Sony thing, when no one was sure whether the showcase was still going or not because of the whole weirdness of the show.
Good God.
Okay. So they showed a few things there, and they showed some Ghost of Tsushima and other stuff there too. But like, this was the one where they kind of went in depth in the combat and how fluid it is, and that for the most part, when you kick someone off a building, he'll try to web them to the side of it and not kill them and that kind of stuff. And it's just like, it just looks, it's just like, I am getting this game. I don't expect to understand a lick of what's going on in it purely due to lack of knowledge. Like, who are these people?
I will educate you in the ways of the spider.
Like at this point, I feel like I understand Death Stranding more. Purely due to lack of knowledge and lack of time to go and, like, thingy. Was Electro the one in Ultimate Spider-Man 2? Paul, the live one?
Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Oh, Amazing. Whatever the fuck it was.
The movie?
Yes.
Yes,
the movie with Andrew Garfield.
Jamie Foxx was playing.
Yes. Was that Electro?
That's him, yeah.
Okay, because I've asked you this question before, and you said, I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm like, well then, I'm going with who fucking knows. So...
Electro is the blue guy from the movie, but...
Even though he's usually yellow. But yeah, they made him blue because...
I mean, here he's wearing a green jacket.
I believe that is the ultimate
it's usually green and yellow
version.
Like,
I believe that's the ultimate version.
Cyan and shit in the Amazing Spider-Man.
Well, that's also the other thing, right? Because it's a comic book thing, so there's like 400 different versions of each one. So which version are we looking at here?
Well, unique. More unique, I think, to the game, I think.
Yeah. Well,
so the game gets its own version. Fucking hell.
I was
Like, they're all
thinking, like,
based-
oh, Sinister Six. Now, which version of the Sinister Six could it possibly be? Fun fact: there are no versions of the Sinister Six with Mr. Negative in it, so it's just like a completely fucking new one that we don't know any of that shit. So it's like, okay, you're not helping me here, mate.
I know some of these words.
The Sinister Six that I just talked about like
Yeah,
a minute ago.
but Mr. Negative.
Mr. Negative is the guy who's, the guy that they showed in the first trailer last year, who's in like.
Oh, the dude in the helicopter?
Yes.
Yeah, the dude in the helicopter that's got like the black, not that kind of.
He's
black.
literally like a negative photo.
Yeah, Mr. Negative.
What are his powers?
I don't fucking know.
He shoots black beams out of his hands, from what I can tell. Because actually,
He has the ability to make any party less enjoyable when he walks in.
Oh dear. Okay. I'm still thoroughly confused, but I'm going to enjoy this game regardless.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's going to be less. It'll probably have some of the problem I had when I played whatchamacallit, the Mortal Kombat, but not by comics.
Justice.
That's him. Yeah, my brain is really gone on some of that stuff right now. But
Yeah.
like, I had the problem with Injustice in that I didn't know who half these characters were and all that kind of stuff, right? So it's like,
they're just fighting people for no reason.
yeah, okay. But when I had the
Because
story and
of
stuff, it's like,
the
why are things working the way they are, right? And I feel like I might get some of that
Comics
here,
are dumb
but I might
some
not.
of the time. They're just
Yeah.
lousy with fucking alternate histories and shit.
That's the problem. It's like a brick wall of lore that I need to kind of figure out. It's
It's
like
like a Marvel one that's literally just like everyone's a zombie.
it's
Oh yeah.
It's like every time I try to get into Warhammer. It's like every time I try to get into Warhammer 40k, right? In that, like, I go look at it, and go, there's so much stuff here that I just can't commit the time to figure out what any of this shit means, and just give up.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So that's
But I
kind of,
gotta say,
is that
like,
Mr. Negative
Spider-Man-
there in our trailer?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so
Spider-Man.
he is a walking photograph negative. That is weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I gotta say Spider-Man's like the first one, like, in my list of all the games I'm excited for that's kind of a big deal. Like, we got Mario Tennis, we got like other indie shit, but like Spider-Man, September.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Alright.
Fair enough. Well, let's move on. So that was the end of the PlayStation Showcase, but immediately afterwards they did show one more game that wasn't announced but was a PlayStation game. And it was by a little-known company called From Software.
Oh?
Is it actually Bloodborne 2 now?
No, it's a game called Deracine, and it's a PSVR game.
Oh!
Yeah, Paul, I thought you might be into this.
Alright.
So this is kind of interesting. So what it appears to be is like, I don't know, it almost looks like a period piece from like the trailers and stuff, and there's like some fairy stuff going on, and I don't quite get it. But it looks pretty, and it looks completely different from anything I've ever seen From Software do, and I'm keen to kind of see it, but at the same point, it's VR, and so if I have to move, I will be ill. But yeah, it's kind of like some sort of fairy-looking stuff, like prove that fairies are real kind of thing, and helping people do stuff, or something weird like that. As far as I remember,
okay.
it's weird as.
Yeah.
And yes, Mrs. Lalonde is asking, does Paul have VR? Yeah, he's got the PlayStation VR. So all of these ones we've been seeing here on the PSVR, he is capable of playing. I am not, because I refuse to spend $500 on a headset that makes me ill more often than not.
Oh, I do remember this I do remember this trailer now, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like as far as I understand, it's like a puzzle-ish story game that, by From Software of all people.
Yeah.
Like,
Look into it, maybe.
it'd be interesting to see what comes of it anyway. But that's one that they kind of showed a little bit in the post-show and then skipped very quickly over because they had access to Spider-Man and Ghost of Tsushima. I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? You're showing me this and go, oh, this exists. Guys, one job. Anyway.
Yeah.
But
Favorite
that's
of Sony.
Yeah, favorite of Sony? What have I done?
Resident Evil. Yeah. This Stranding is cool. I'd like to just give me a fucking release date for that shit. But yeah, Resident Evil 2 looks good. Even though I still really, really want a tiny man stealth game.
You still want a tiny man stealth game. Yeah, okay. Ghost of Tsushima, as far as I'm concerned. I want to be in a samurai movie.
Yeah.
Give me this. If it's half as good as it looks like, then I'll be happy, right?
Control also looks rad. Hopefully it's,
Control looks rad, but I
expect it probably to be.
Control looks rad, but I want to see more before we kind of gush over it. Now let's get down to Nintendo. Shall we?
Nintendo.
So they opened with a game called Demon Ex Machina.
Oh, okay. That's not what I got in my notes, but whatever.
There were mechs and robots. Mechs and monsters and things. I'm like, what is this? It looks sick. 2019.
It's like Metal Wolf Chaos, but less cool.
We definitely need more mech games. We don't actually have a lot of those anymore.
You don't get them often.
Great again.
Mech America Great again. Oh dear. Following that, they showed a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country, which I'm not sure if it's a DLC or a standalone thing.
It's a DLC.
Okay, cool. You just go next. I'm like, I like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I haven't finished it, but I've enjoyed it. That's a game.
I've played it for, a couple, a very long time, 50 hours, I think. I'm just like, this game never ends. It is a Japanese RPG.
It's Xenoblade. You're going to need 100 hours to hit the ending, man. I mean, you spent 120 on Persona.
I did.
Yeah.
Following that was Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee and the Pokeball Plus. Pokeball Plus comes with a Mew inside it.
Yeah, that's shady.
Apparently, the Mew is exclusive to buying the Pokeball Plus.
I don't really like that. It's incentive to get you to buy it because I don't think you buy it otherwise.
I mean, I'm not sure I even want the damn game. To be honest, it's. I mean,
it's for casual.
But even then, I didn't enjoy Sun that much either.
Yeah,
it was just too slow, and there wasn't enough for
I'll be a lot more excited to play Let's Go Pikachu if I can actually get fucking Pokemon Go to work on my phone again.
That would help. Yeah. Oh, shut it. Yeah, sorry about all that. I don't understand, but my PC just doesn't like me anymore.
No worries.
But yeah, no, it's weird. Every time I it's happening like more frequently lately, but less consistently. So I can't figure it out. I'll spend some time figuring that out after and see what's doing. Might talk to some.
We don't care about Pokemon Let's Go.
That's pretty much it. Actually, I need to get my other lists up again real quick so I know what I have trailers for again.
Cool.
It wasn't. It most certainly was not Pokemon. It's coming out later this year, right?
Coming out November 16. Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, and the Pokeball Plus.
Yeah, cool. Then we do have
pay to win.
We have a game which I do have a trailer for, but I think we have to skip through a bunch of other stuff to get to it. Mario Party.
Yeah, they needed to bring it to the Switch, and they fucking did it. Took their time, but yeah.
And what excites me more about this one so far is they got rid of the fucking car.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never played a Mario Party game.
Well, guess what? You're going to be playing soon.
Not Mario Party.
You'll be playing Mario Party. You have no choice, because I'll be bringing it over and we're like, party!
Yeah.
Because I haven't had a good Mario Party for a while.
Like, please play with me. My parents don't like video games.
If it has online features, I will play with you. I don't.
Yeah.
Does it have online?
Yeah, we still need to like work out like what we're doing if we're getting online stuff. Like, I still want to be like, okay, we need to get like a bunch of friends and pay $5 each and just be a family.
I mean, I'm happy to do that. We can do that. That's fine.
Be our family. I don't mind who wants to be what role as long as I'm the uncle because of obvious joke. Yeah,
Michelle and Torgon. We can figure something out.
And you might not get that joke if you didn't see Reset 100. So to see it now, ha 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 ha. No takebacks.
Anyway, Paul, are you actually working there or?
What?
Move here. Okay. I thought you were so still. You were so still that I thought it had frozen again. I'm like, oh, what have I broken? What have I done? All I did was open the stuff.
I have perfected the art of standing so still that no one can notice what.
You're an awful human being.
And
anyway,
there's a T-Rex.
anyway, they appear to have stuff going on there with multiple switches connecting to each other as well. That seem to
That's some
affect the
interesting
board.
stuff.
I don't know what's going on there, and I haven't looked more deeply into it because I didn't look into that for Nintendo.
Yeah, so that was all in the Treehouse. I did watch a little bit of it. It seems like those games so far, like the ones that will require you more to play with multiple switches and stuff, will be more into another mode, not in the main board game mode.
Oh, okay. Anyway, it comes out October 5th, which is my brother's birthday. Haha, I will not buy it for him. He doesn't have a Switch. But
buy it for yourself and then invite him over.
What's this? I don't think so. What happened? What did I do wrong?
it's probably in relation to being still.
Fortnite.
Anyway,
Yay.
was
Don't we
Fortnite?
love
Was
Fortnite?
Fortnite? No, we had something more important than Fortnite before Fortnite, man.
Hey, man.
At least with the order I have it, yeah.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem.
Relax, mate.
You don't just get to skip over fucking Fire Emblem, mate.
Yeah, Fire Emblem. This one, like
Shay's now shaking her fist at you, Sam.
yeah. I
I only
like
picked up
the
on
direction they go with
keywords,
this
like
so
I
far.
have not been listening at all.
Yeah.
Now I'm angry.
Yeah, Shay's like, I wasn't
Give it
listening.
back.
Shay's like, yeah, I wasn't listening at all, but now I'm angry because he tried to skip Fire Emblem. I actually,
Fine.
yeah, anyway, called Fire Emblem The Three Houses. I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but it looks pretty. Like, the tactics battles and stuff looks like Fire Emblem Warriors, but, an actual Fire Emblem game rather than the hack and slashy stuff.
So as we're seeing right now in the trailer,
Yeah.
like I love the idea. You actually see soldiers, like man, just
Yeah, it's not just
Lady
one-on-ones
soldiers.
when you... Yeah, because normally the Fire Emblem stuff just goes into one-on-one battles when they hit each other, and it's like 99% chance of hit. You miss, because that's what my luck happens.
yeah.
What
And
my
just,
English?
the other one's just felt like heroes on heroes, where this one feels like armies on armies.
Yep.
I mean,
So
the
I
I
units...
didn't really bother taking notes with Nintendo because I was completely done with E3 by that. So,
Oh.
Fair enough. Well, with the Fire Emblem stuff, I mean, by that point, I mean, it is still, unit per unit, but I add those extra soldiers in there. So, I don't know whether they're doing any sort of free roaming, wandering around and doing stuff, or whether they're also just kind of, railroading you through the story like the other traditional ones. I'm wondering if they're going to bring in the children's systems from the last couple of games as well. Who knows? But, I'm always keen for new Fire Emblems, so we're going to be seeing that next year. Spring 2019, probably American time zones, so autumn for us.
Yeah.
So what's that? About this time next year then. Bit earlier.
Sorry, I'm watching the trailer.
Guys. Oh, okay. And Sammy appears to have actually frozen.
no, I'm not.
God fucking damn it! I hate you both.
What?
Because Sammy was doing your trick, Paul, and just like tricking me into thinking I've broken everything.
The trick
Yeah,
is
what-
you have to squint a lot because then you can just like hold it without having to blink.
It also looks like it's like a half frame freeze,
See,
right?
Yeah.
Because like if I like froze like this,
Well, the difference between here is Sammy was trying to do it, where me, I just go brain dead and just like,
oh god, it's showing a trailer that I don't care about.
how dare you? Anyway, go on.
We'll come back to that. Okay, so
Yeah,
next was
I know.
Fortnite Switch, which I mean it's Fortnite and
By
it's on
the
the
way,
Switch.
Sony, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, so it's
We might
crossplay with
leave that for
everything.
next week, shall we?
Yeah, I guess the short version is crossplay with everything except Sony.
Yeah.
That's the short version.
Dickheads.
But aside from that, like it's already out, and you can keep the same account if you want to play Fortnite, on your PC and stuff. Like, you use the same account from your PC as to your Xbox, as to your Nintendo. As long as there isn't a Sony one connected, then you're fine.
Yeah.
So that after that, they showed Overcooked 2.
Yep, that
Yeah.
looks cool, but I don't think I have enough friends to play it.
I never played the first one, so I
Same.
mean,
It's a
it
cool
appears to be a
game.
cooking game.
It's a cool game.
Yeah.
Well, it's called Overcooked, so it's about cooking and burning stuff.
Indeed.
No, I think the joke is there's too many cooks, so there's just like
Then-
that Adult Swim thing, but like it's overcooked because
Wow.
they've got an overwhelming number of cooks.
Sure.
Oh.
Then they showed something called Killer Queen Black, which I actually missed the most of, but it's coming on
She's the
Switch
killer
first.
Queen.
Queen! Yeah. It's called Killer Queen Black. I can't remember what it was, but it's coming out to Switch first and later this year.
It's like some kind of like battle game. I don't know. Like you have to kill people and/or put like seeds in your side of the something. I don't know.
Ah,
It
yes.
What?
looks okay.
Sure. Then Hollow Knight fucking finally on Switch.
Bought it. I bought it on Switch.
Yeah, and they did the "it's out now" thing, and I'm like, I had my workmates giving me like, oh yeah, this happened and this happened. You're not going to be overly interested in the Switch thing, and then I'm like, well, I'm going to watch it anyway. And then the fucking Hollow Knight thing, I'm like, none of you thought to tell me that Hollow Knight was out on Switch when you watched it, and they're like, oh yeah, it's out. Yeah, thanks. They knew I was super keen for it.
Yeah, no, I went and bought that. It's only like $17.50. I was like, hell yeah!
Fucking done. Where's my Switch? It's in my bag. I'll do it later.
And that's with 2 DLCs. Well, I guess technically 3 DLCs because the third one, 3 DLCs because the third one updates a lot of things and adds a few more bosses and stuff. So,
I mean,
and the fourth one's coming soon. So
yeah, so all the DLC has been free on all the other platforms as well. But like it's a pretty good price point for it to like even get it. So it's, I mean, just for those who are unfamiliar with it, it is a Metroidvania game where you are a bug and it's really cutesy and really good, and it's made by an Australian developer, and you should absolutely buy it because it's fucking great, and it was my indie game of the year last year.
Yeah, sure.
So you buy,
but dark.
Yeah, you buy that shit now, right?
Right. It's cheap. It's made by Australians,
and it's excellent.
You buy it. I think I put it hours in that game. Oi, oi, oi.
So, Project Octopath Traveler was shown. They've got a new trailer for that.
Isn't it just
and a new demo.
Traveler now?
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what we're calling it.
Yeah, they've just cut the project of it. Yeah, sorry. Octopath Traveler. There's a second demo coming June 14th, so that's out now. I need to grab that.
Okay.
So yeah, a second demo with more stuff, and then the game itself comes out pretty soonish. I can't remember the exact date, so yeah, Paul's just fucking downloading it live. You jerk. Mine's on InReach.
Ooh, Legend of Zelda's on.
Then they showed off.
Yeah, whatever.
Legend of Broken Weaponry. Anyway, then Starlink Battle for Atlas. They showed a bit of October 16. We've already been through that with Ubisoft. Then Arena of Valor coming out fall 2018, and looking at that trailer, it's totally not League of Legends. Like, it looked exactly like League of Legends.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it's by Tencent Games, who own Riot Games, who make League of Legends. But fuck you, Paul.
Yeah. Shut up.
Then Minecraft coming to Switch on the 21st of June. Well, I mean, it was always going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Then they showed Sushi Striker very briefly.
Yeah, if that game was not $70, I'd probably have already bought it.
Yeah, fair. Then they showed.
So I haven't.
Then they showed off Mario Rabbids Donkey Kong's DLC, which again we covered in an Ubisoft thing briefly. And then they had this massive sizzle reel of Nintendo stuff, just random games. I just have a list of what they all are, so I think I'll just run down that, and then we can get to the one that Paul wants to talk about for an hour, and I can have a nap. So they had a sizzle reel of Pixark, Just Dance, Dragon Ball Fighters.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool that Dragon Ball Fighters is coming across, yeah.
A lot of people were like, I get put on Switch, and like, oh, we don't know.
I was talking about Just Dance, but alright.
Oh, well, do you want to talk about Just Dance? We did talk about it at Ubisoft briefly.
Really. I mean, like, you dance, and then you...
And then you just...
You just...
They need to make a spin-off called Joust Dance, where you are on horses and dancing at each other while then also spearing each other in the face.
You do have...
It's a collaboration... No, sorry, it's a collaboration of that Joust game on PlayStation and Just Dance.
They do have a song which is which one is it? So when it goes like
Really?
Yeah, and like one of you just like pretends to be a bull, and then the other one's pretending to be like a matador kind of thing. It's like,
that's awful. That's
Well,
also
okay.
solidified my never buying a Just Dance game. Anyway, moving on. I mean, this is just one-liners of the in this is a real Splatoon 2's Octo Exposition expansion thing. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, Crash Bandicoot. Fuck yeah. Ninjala. Don't know what that is. Carcassonne. They're putting Carcassonne, the board game, onto Switch, which interests
that was
me.
Unexpected.
Yeah, I know, right? At least it's not Monopoly. Oh, I guess Monopoly already is, right? Then FIFA. I was waiting for that. Then Ark Survival Evolved. Ark Survival Evolved is going onto it. By the way, Pixark looks like that, but in like Minecrafty graphics.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Then Wasteland 2, which does interest me actually. Paladins,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Fallout-
Overwatch
Fall-
1.
Fallout Shelter,
Man.
I don't know why.
Dark Souls Remaster, Praise the Sun,
Yeah.
SNK Heroines.
I'm
Cool.
confused with that one. I'm like, what's this? It's a fighting game. I don't know any of these characters. Anyway.
Yeah, I know, right? Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Yep, I'm buying that one.
A bit late, but
We're getting it. Wolfenstein 2.
yeah, cool.
Yeah. The
See how
world
that
ends.
runs.
The World Ends with You, which I am definitely buying.
I'll buy that just because I missed it the first time around.
So did I.
Yeah, I played a bit of it. So.
Now, Paul, a game I know we're both getting, but I'm not sure if we're getting it on Switch. Mega Man 11.
I think I'll probably pick it up on the Switch because I like my platformers on my Switch.
I like being able to play it anywhere, but I don't like the control, like the D-pad on it. So I don't know. But I'll probably be getting a Pro controller for Monster Hunter, so that would probably time me up for Mega Man. And then Mario Tennis, and then Mario Tennis, of course. So those were in the montage, and then we get to a game
That's
that
quite
has
close actually. That's like Friday.
Yeah, I know, right? And then we get to a game that no one who matters cares about. Paul, take it away.
I love the picture that you put up on our Twitter, where they're just like Microsoft and Sony at like this bird thing, and just like, okay, today at E3 we have a whole bunch of new games announced. It just has the crow as the tender in the background. Smash!
Yeah.
Thank you for explaining the meme.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah. So they spent most of their conference talking about this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a good like 25 minutes, I believe. And,
25 out of 40 they spent talking
Yeah.
about Smash.
To be fair, that's pretty much what they told us they were going to do anyway. So, okay, so this is Smash Bros. Ultimate, which what this game is, it will have every character that's ever been in Smash Brothers in this game, and from what I can tell, every level ever as well.
Rip Waluigi.
Yes.
Just all the memes of everyone. They just say everyone is here, but Waluigi isn't. He's an assist trophy.
He's just an assist trophy. But it's not just a pure port. They actually have said
Try not to wah a lot.
Now, yeah, they have said this isn't a port. They actually have built this from the ground up. Rebuilding the characters and all that stuff, and you see that with some of the redesigns of some of the characters, specifically the Zelda characters. So for the first time, all the Zelda characters are from different eras. Gandalf is Ocarina of Time, I believe. Link is Breath of the Wild, and
don't they have Link, like Child Link and Toon Link as well?
they do. So yeah, you got Child Link, which is obviously Ocarina of Time. Toon Link, which is
and then the best one,
Spirit
Toon
Tracks.
Link. Toon Link's the best.
That's an excellent point. It's Breath of the Wild Link, which means he shouldn't be able to use his sword, right?
Shut it, you.
No.
That's enough of the peanut gallery.
So Link, for example, he has his bombs, and you can actually they're now remote instead of just blowing up on contact. You can actually activate them by pressing down B again. He can actually pick up arrows and shoot multiple arrows now. So that's actually interesting. Pokemon Trainer's back, which is really interesting, and no longer has punishment for switching out the Pokemon, because it used to be a fatigue mechanic to make it so you weren't constantly switching them out. They removed that to give you more freedom, and they also made it so you can play as the female Pokemon trainer, which is cool.
Hooray for equality!
Yeah. And you see that around with a few other things as well. I can't remember all of it. There's so many, so much here. They announced Ridley as a playable character, so anyone that's into Metroid will be excited for that. I know he's been a requested character for a long time.
And the Inklings.
Inklings there.
I forgot to include Springman, V Disappoint.
I've been typing things, and so the trailer's been rotating around.
Yeah.
Good work. You and your socialness.
But let's see. They've tweaked how the game works. So they've put back air dodges again. So when you dodge you can dodge in a certain direction in air. Damage percentages are changed depending on what type of match you're playing. So a 4v4 match will have higher damage compared to so we'll have lower damage compared to a 1v1 where I have a higher damage. Try to make the game speed up a little bit. Because when all your friends are out there, it's just the last 1v1, it can get kind of boring, sitting there watching it. But from what I understand, it's not a huge amount. It's like an extra % more damage, something like that. Yeah. So it's not stupidly, overpowering.
Yeah.
And another change they're bringing in is with the dodge mechanics. So before you could dodge pretty much infinitely, you now have diminishing returns. So it will take longer for you to dodge. So it will stop the whole just when you hit the 1v1s where they're just constantly rolling at each other, dodging constantly. But there's not a lot to say about this at the moment. They've just it's a lot of updates to there's a lot of updates to characters. It's the ultimate version of Smash. It has everything here.
I will say, like, as much as I really like them going into detail, like, they could have spent a little bit more time just spreading it around a bit more evenly, in my opinion.
But at the same time, Nintendo does the Nintendo Directs a lot, so they go, well, they've never really... For the last couple of years, they haven't really cared so much about E3. They just use it as here's another Direct. And then later on, like a couple months down, they'll go, okay, here's another Direct showcasing more games. So
they do definitely make up for that for just having
more. They do it consistently.
They do their own thing.
There are a few notes that you haven't mentioned yet, Paul.
Yeah.
So one is that GameCube controllers work with this, as do all of the Smash amiibos from the last gen.
Yeah.
Cool.
On top of that, as well as new characters, as well as the Splatoon kids. I don't know, I kind of tuned out a bit, but Ridley.
Yeah. I said Ridley.
Yep.
I do forget to say Daisy's in it now.
Oh, right. Daisy's like a new mirror match thing, but Ridley the dragon from something.
They've now actually marked all the characters that are clones as Echo characters. So you know that they're more clone characters. Just so...
Mostly clone.
I was going to say, because from what I understand, Daisy's Peach, but has different timings and numbers and stuff.
Slightly different, attack things, yeah.
She'll have as an Echo character, the attacks will be pretty much the same. It's just her personality is different, so she moves differently.
I thought the stats were a little different as well, though.
Maybe the stats might be slightly different as well.
Yeah,
but for the majority of it, she is basically Peach's moveset.
Yeah. The other one was this. I don't know if you mentioned this either. December 7th release date.
That was one of mine.
Yeah.
Yep.
The other thing that I just kind of wanted to mention, just because a prediction has been proven false, there was a prediction I think I made, and I think Tegan also made a while ago, that Smash was going to be launching at the same time that they were launching online. So that doesn't seem to be the case, because December 7th for Smash, but online is going to be launching in September. So...
And I guess that does make some sense. It gives them a month or two to fix anything that they break with the update to online that they're adding the cost in. But, because they really want that shit working in time for Smash, right? Can you imagine the backlash if Smash Online doesn't work day one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Yep.
That's kind of all we've got for Smash. I mean...
Certainly like I said, I could sit here and detail every little change, but
we're
good.
They're
very little changes.
I love that they included a bunch of stuff. I love that there's new characters. I love a bunch of the updates. But seriously, you didn't have to spend half an hour talking about that, man.
No, I think it was fine. They can do what they want.
Okay, I just think half an hour was a bit long to be like, let's talk about every single character one at a time.
That's the thing, though. It does seem that they are gearing this a little more towards the hardcore players. They're actually being friendlier to them, who will care about those minutiae. Now, for everyone else, this makes for a rather boring segment about a game that they... probably, a lot of people...
We should move on to what was the best of Nintendo now.
Well, yeah, I'm just getting that one. Alright, so yes, best in show for Nintendo?
Super Smash Bros. Super Mario Party, close second, because
Smash Brothers.
Smash Brothers. That, and I'm very happy that it exists now.
Octopath Traveler and Fire Emblem. I couldn't give less shits about Smash. So.
And guess what? Who's going to force you to play it either way?
guess who's going to try his best to ignore you? You're going to be that bird who's just yelling smash over the top, out the top of me, going like, "But I'm playing Dark Souls again."
And I'm like, but I'm at your house, and we need to play some multiplayer games.
You'll be like, "Smash, smash," and I'll be like, "But I'm playing Spider-Man."
But I'm barricading you. Actually, I mean, we won't be doing that because
we must smash.
damn, we're gonna have to wait a whole year before I can barricade you. Smash.
Yeah, yeah, because it's out after PAX. Alright, so
we
now
have
that...
other stuff.
Okay, so stuff that wasn't necessarily at press conferences, but was at E3. Now, we've just kind of got... I mean, there's a lot of stuff, and it's hard to kind of get hold of that stuff, you know, without being there or spending hours upon hours of research, which I just didn't have the time to do.
Yeah, which,
Paul,
like, this is already fucking exhausting.
yeah, Paul, was there anything that wasn't in a press conference but was at E3 that interested you? I don't have trailers for any of that some stuff, so I'm just going to let this keep running.
Not that I know of.
Samwise.
So I've got a few things. I actually found one of them just today. Apparently, the Castle Grim Fandango did like a read, like in the E3 Coliseum.
That's cool.
So they like read out like a thing, and Jack Black was involved because he's one of the actors and stuff. And it was just like, that's
Fuck yeah.
cool. I mean, I haven't really played Grim Fandango, but
Me either.
want to play that game, and I just think that's cool. Like that was for their announcement that it's going to be coming to the Switch. So cool.
Okay, that's. I didn't realize Grim Fandango was coming to Switch.
Yep, that's what now they're announcing.
Nintendo, you could have told us that.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's my issue. I love that they went into the minute, but like, I mean, there are definitely people that would have liked to see Dark Souls remaster at least get, you know, a little bit more than just like a few seconds. One that was very much in passing, one of the people at Harmonix was talking on Giant Bomb thing, and they have, you know, season 2 was all but confirmed, and now it is also confirmed. And also they said they're going to, well, they didn't directly say. She was like, oh, well, I can't say anything, but yeah.
I can only assume you mean Drop Mix, because all you said was season 2.
Drop Mix, yeah.
Yeah, season 2 of Drop Mix, yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
And I don't think she technically said it, but she was drunk and, you know, she didn't, you know, vehemently deny it. But they were suggesting that they were going to get updates and new game modes, which I just wanted to put out there because it's cool that they're not just abandoning this shit. But the main thing that I was excited about is that they got the second game for the Jackbox Party Pack 5 announced.
Nice.
So the first one is You Don't Know Jack, which...
Yeah, sign me up. I want to play some of that shit with you.
Oh, fuck yes. I missed Jackbox. You Don't Know
Jack, yeah.
And the second one is Split the Room. So it is kind of like a Twilight Zone-esque themed game where essentially you have like fill in the blank would you rather questions. So it will be something like, you're the prime suspect in a robbery. But the good news is you have an alibi, but it's very embarrassing. Do you tell the police that you blank? And what you essentially are trying to do is trying to create the most divisive question. You know, so you get the most points for splitting people fairly evenly between yes and no. And I don't know, it just looks like a cool, interesting idea, even though it kind of, you know, still feels like it's like, oh yeah, it's kind of like Quiplash. So,
Quiplash with a different scoring system, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks alright.
Yeah, fair enough. Was there anything else?
No, that was pretty much all I had.
Fair enough.
I was mainly just like specifically looking for Drop Mix and Jackbox stuff.
Fair enough. I just had a bit of a general kind of broad spread look at things. There are 3 things that caught my interest, though. One in particular was they were showing off Pathfinder Kingmaker there. And it's been getting glowing reviews off a certain YouTube critic that Paul is a big fan of. An angry man named Joe.
Yeah.
So Angry Joe was quite impressed with Pathfinder Kingmaker. And I mean, Paul, you quite liked it, didn't you?
Yeah, so far. Sorry, guys, I'm just looking at the time.
We're nearly done.
We're nearly done, yeah, because I need to get some sleep. 10
to 15 minutes more at most. At most. Anyway, aside from that, there was they showed off The Surge 2, Now, there's a little bit of gameplay of that. It's kind of in alpha, but it looks a lot more open world, a lot more decisions to be made. The combat looks interesting. The drone looks a bit more useful. And sign me the hell up. And it's actually been nominated for a bunch of, like, Best in Show awards. And, like, it's something that wasn't shown at any of the presses, and people have been a bit, like, on the search. I'm like, I like the first one. Give me more of this. And apparently the second one is quite a huge improvement. So that's the thing. The other one I want to mention is the Call of Cthulhu. I'm not just getting one Cthulhu game with the Sinking City. I'm getting fucking 2 of these things.
Yeah.
So, and Sinking City is looking as terrifying as it was before as well. And it's much more like, while the Sinking City does have combat in it, I feel like the Call of Cthulhu doesn't. Which is even more worrying, because it's more about, like, the whole, nope, you're going crazy and you can't do anything about it, and there are monsters and all you can do is run kind of stuff. Again, I won't know until I get my hands on it or see some good gameplay demos and stuff, but it is much more into the investigations, and does have a lot of stuff on, like, what people think of you, as well as the sanity meter stuff too. So,
cool.
So there's that. Absentee list now, I think, right?
Yeah, so, I mean, like, if but here are a few things that are absent that, you know, some people are definitely expecting to see at E3. First and foremost, Skate 4.
Now,
yes,
Twitch did a mean-spirited joke
Twitch
about that one.
A mean-spirited thing where they said, up next, Skate 4, and it was fucking not there.
It was just a big cap of face, and they played Despacito over the top of it.
I just have to say, I've been constantly going about how want Skate 4 and stuff, and I kind of, you know that sometimes I get a bit, kind of dog with a bone, similar to when Drop Mix was coming out, and I totally get that. So I just want to say this, and then not going to say anything more about it until they actually fucking confirm something. Yep. I'm just really fucking angry at EA. People have been, like, wanting this game for ages, and they've been doing this kind of thing where it's just like, oh yeah, we registered the name and we opened up the service, and then they explain nothing. I just find it, like, really, really disconcerting, like, how little EA seems to be in tune with literally everybody and literally all of games media, that they thought that they should not tell anyone about what the fuck's going on.
I can answer this in two. I can answer that in 2 words, though. It's EA.
Yes, that is true.
Anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, it's gotten to the point where, like, there are people that literally were like, the woman who's doing Sea of Solitude, she has, like, a shirt on, and that has a similar logo to an Skate 4 game. Obviously
fuck
it's
off.
happening. And you know what? He claimed he did research, and yet he pronounced the name of the German band Kraftwerk as Kraftwerk. Yeah, you didn't do any fucking research.
Okay,
I fucking hate people, and it just made me so angry just through this whole thing. So yeah, if you want to, like, actually announce it, cool. Until then, just fuck off. Like, release Sea of Solitude, and then just fuck off. Just really.
Tinfoil hats, I guess.
Now we're going to talk about that shit again. Anyway, Borderlands 3, that was leaked.
Yes. Borderlands 3 has long since been a known thing, but they never got around to announcing it. This is one of the few times that Randy Pitchford has actually told the fucking truth that it wasn't going to be at E3. I very much expected it to be at E3 because he said it wouldn't be, because I've never heard a true word come out of that man's mouth.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't there, so that was weird. And in a similar vein, people are expecting Splinter Cell. Happen. Literally the entire conversation that has been had about it with an official person was somebody asked Eve Schwilimo, or however the fuck you pronounce his last name, is it happening? And he said, we'd like to do one, but, like, not now or whatever. And he's just like,
yeah, but I mean, he's been teasing Beyond Good and Evil and putting that behind by other games that are unrelated for so long that he's another person who's...
It's just like a good chunk of the Walmart things were, like, alright.
Sure, but Yves Guillemot is on a Molyneux level with me at this point as well, right? I don't trust a damn word if he says. Other absentees, Bayonetta 3. I mean, Lolante has pointed out, but I mean, we know that it's in development. Avengers, Metroid 4, Metroid Prime 4.
Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
Not a surprise, to be honest.
And we didn't see the Xbox Adaptive. I thought Microsoft would be pimping that out.
That's already been announced and it's coming out soon.
No,
guess
but
they
like
weren't
it
gonna
was
stream
happening
that.
like right before E3. I thought they'd.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're up to like the final question, I guess. Did you have any more absentees that you want to run through super quick because Paul is unconscious?
That's it.
All right. Best in show overall, Paul. Wakey. Best in show overall.
Well, you forgot to mention Bayonetta 3 and Metroid, I think.
I did not
We
forget
did
either
that.
of those. You were asleep. I did mention both of those like 30 seconds ago. Okay, so Paul, best in show both in terms of company and game. Go.
I think all of them had a good showing.
Can we just say Devolver won, but who came second?
Sam,
honestly,
that's for your turn. It's Paul's turn.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Devolver's one I don't think was as good as in my opinion, I don't think Devolver's one was as good as last year's one.
Oof.
And also Cliffhanger. That's bullshit.
Okay, so best game, and you can do a few ties if you like. That's fair.
Well, for me, the games I'm most looking forward to: Resident Evil, Last of Us, Smash, Spider-Man. Close to that order too. What else? I think those are my top games.
And company.
And I can. It's really hard because Sony had a lot of games I really liked, but the presentation was really bad.
Yeah, fucking dickheads.
Like that's the only thing that keeps me from calling them really saying they were a game show, because I liked how they did it with the whole showing you a lot more in-depth gameplay with their stuff instead of just trailer. Like Microsoft did. Microsoft did what it needed to do because they have to try to get respect back. Really. So they had to just show games just to go, look, we still like video games, but from there I'm just like, what are your exclusives? I saw Halo Infinite, which I don't care about anymore because Halo got run into the ground. Gears of War, is it 5?
5, yeah.
But once again, that's just another series you're relying on. I look at all these other, look at Nintendo and Sony, and they have better exclusives and are trying new things mostly. Nintendo hasn't tried new things, but you know they have all the nostalgia on their side.
Yeah.
So it's really hard for me to actually go.
Question.
Yeah, I know. It's just I think for entertainment, I think I'll just entertainment value and just overall just a decent package of a mixture of a good show that wasn't buggy or made me wait for things and had interesting information on there and had a few games I was excited about. I'm going to say Bethesda then, because it had Doom in there, a Doom announcement, which I was like, yeah, I'm super excited. Wolfenstein DLC, I was super excited for. I'm interested in Fallout 76. So I was like, yeah, cool. I want to learn more about this. I'm skeptical about it, but yeah, Rage 2 looks awesome. I'm excited for that one as well. And I was entertained by their band at the start, even though you could put the trailer behind it. But
yeah.
So for just a well-rounded presentation, I think I'll just choose Bethesda.
Okay, I did ask best company, not necessarily presentation, but
best company.
Was the best company.
Because you said Capcom on Twitter, so.
Oh well, then Capcom just has my heart with Resident Evil, Devil May Cry 5. That's another one. I just realized that was happening. And they have Monster Hunter World, which I didn't announce anything, but they have a crossover with Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy, come on, Final Fantasy and Monster Hunter, come on.
So yeah, Capcom for best company at the moment. They have my games that I really want.
Yep, fair enough. Harkinator.
Hey.
Shut up, you! God damn it, Shay!
Meanie.
Mean.
Harkinator. Best game, best presentation, and best company.
Well, if I don't have to pick a single best game, I'm going to pick multiple, just like Paul.
I said you can. Go on.
Yeah, Doom looks cool. Cyberpunk 2077 is best trailer, even if, it's so far away that maybe I might not put it as best game. Yeah, I mean, Captain Spirit. I'm looking forward to that because it's nice and early in comparison to the rest of them. I just generally love like the Devolver Digital one. Just because I love like the indie games and everything that they got in there. I will say, out of like ignoring Devolver, I thought it was like fairly evenly matched between Sony and Microsoft because I kind of feel like Sony, like pretty much all of them were hits, whereas there were a lot more that we had with Xbox. And I mean, like, if nothing else, like I think they've got the moral fucking high ground over Sony. Let's go to fucking church. Bullshit. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I mean, good stuff from Ubisoft, good stuff from pretty much everything. I guess like favorite game would probably, I don't know, it'd probably be either my friend Pedro or like Hitman 2 or Resident Evil, something like that. Lots of good stuff. Like I've now got like 70 fucking games in my to watch list.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So best presser was Devolver, I guess.
Yeah, Devolver.
Best company overall?
It's ready.
Just like Devolver or whatever. I mean, yeah, I think Microsoft did pretty well. They've definitely improved as the PC gaming show. But I mean, I just love Devolver just because it's way more refreshing than everything else. How dare you say I love EA?
It's true.
If they announce Skate, then like maybe, you know what?
You said you weren't going to talk about Skate anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, Session is just way better, and I don't have to even fucking deal with any of their bullshit, like ever.
Righto. Well, yeah. My turn. So best games. Well, Cyberpunk for trailer definitely, and the song from that trailer is on Spotify, guys.
I'm gonna look it up. Where is it?
I linked it on our Twitter earlier today.
Cool.
Stop slapping the table, whoever that is.
My keyboard
Anyway,
not working again,
because you're bad at computers. Anyway, aside from that, Devil May Cry 5 very much excited me. Death Stranding, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I want it anyway. Ghost of Tsushima, definitely one of the ones to watch for. Call of Cthulhu and Sinking City, because I mean they're just, Cthulhu stuff, give me Lovecraft all day, every day, right? Sea of Solitude and yep. Devil May Cry. Best company overall, probably Capcom with the Devil May Cry and the and Thingy McThingerton.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, Devil May Cry.
And Resident
Evil.
So
Bethesda did pretty damn well showing me Doom, and Elder Scrolls 6 exists. As much as I don't give a flying fuck about Fallout 76, Elder Scrolls 6 exists. And Blades, like, I'm keen to give Elder Scrolls Blades a go. But yeah, best presser would have been Bethesda based off stuff there. Ubisoft didn't really have much interest in me. Yeah. Best company overall would be Capcom. Best presser would probably be Bethesda because they kept me mostly interested most of the way through. Followed very closely by Sony because once they got to the actual presser, I want every game they were trying to sell me. Just a shame that they did that stupid ass intermission thing. There are lots of QAs on Fallout 76 on Twitter. That doesn't make me interested in them, Mrs. Lalonte. I still don't care about that game. I've never been a huge fan of Fallout, and I decided I'd give it a big go and went all in with Fallout 4 and gone, no, I'm done.
Oh, so you literally jumped in. Was that the first Fallout game you played?
No, my first Fallout game was Fallout 3, and then I went and played Fallout 1, and then I went and played New Vegas, and then I went like, fuck it, I'm going to delve deep and give it a big go with Fallout 4, and now I don't give a flying fuck.
Because, New Vegas is the best one. Anyway.
New Vegas is the only one of those open world games I played an evil character. Ever. Anyway, I think it's about time to call it, because,
Oh, good!
Yay.
Paul is unconscious. Please don't hit the disappear button and cut my head in half again yet. But yeah, I don't care about Fallout. I mean, our Twitter handles and stuff are under our names, but for audio people, I'm Calgar, KLJR. Paul is Thunder Mace Oz, Thunder Mace AUS. Sammy Deej is Sammy Deej.
Mm.
DEEDGE on that. And find us at Inconsolables AU on pretty well everything.
Yay!
That.
Now I don't have to
Alright.
record an outro.
Yeah.
Alright.
Done.
I'm
All
going
right,
to
so
bed.
so for them, don't disappear out of. You can disappear. Do not click the exit button yet because I don't want my head cut in half yet. Just saying. So
and-
tomorrow, who's on tomorrow? It's you, is it, Paul?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. What are you
I'm-
playing tomorrow? I've forgotten. I haven't updated the image here yet. Paul, what are you
he's
playing? You're playing Dishonored. Paul's playing Dishonored 2
Yeah.
tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's super exciting, and I'm going to be posting up the first of the 2 E3 episodes up for tomorrow. So yeah, woo. And
Yep.
next one will hopefully be on Wednesday. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, I get it. I get it.
and Sammy, Wednesday you are playing. It's funny, Sam, because your face actually has frozen, but that wave hand came up still fine. All right, so
Yeah.
Sam, Wednesday you are playing Batman, aren't you? Telltale Batman.
Telltale Batman. Now I get to
Because-
see if Jack Cruz was being insulting by comparing me to the Penguin.
Yeah, I know, right? So we'll get this. And Thursday, I'm punching my way through Dark Souls. Punch Souls, bitches.
Paul's lost his mind.
Paul, he never had one to begin with.
Oof.
And now I'm in trouble.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the end of the show. So thanks for sticking around tonight. And audio versions are coming out later this week. The first half tomorrow, and the later one Thursday, Friday. Anytime they edit it and remove anything related to Nintendo. And yeah, and you guys are fucking around with your cameras. Jokes. TikToks, how you doing? You caught us. You caught us right at the end of the show because I mean, this Paul fellow over here is falling asleep, and Sammy's a fruit man at the moment.
I need to get up in what, 5 hours or less?
Go to bed, Paul.
So it's
Bye.
gonna
If you cut my head in half now, it's okay because you don't need it anymore. We're in like weird post-show stuff. We're in
Oh,
weird
yeah?
post-show zone land. So
yeah.
you can
yeah.
go now if you
Fuck.
want. That's not a duck. I don't approve.
Fine then. How about my little pony, my little pony?
That's also not a duck. I don't approve. There. Yeah.
When I shake the maracas, they go chick chicka boom, chick chicka boom, chick chicka boom.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we're about to finish. Let's find someone to raid. Who are we gonna raid?
Bye!
Oh, he's screaming in my ears does not answer who we're going to raid. And now he's cut Sammy in half. He cut Sammy in half, not me. Fuck yeah.
Bye.
I'm okay with that. Alright, let's see who's online. Let's ambigonate. Let me see text for it. You know what? Let's show Desmondus some love since he hit me hard when we were playing some Dark Souls the other night.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Sharing is caring.
damn right, love. Yeah, so
Damn right, motherfucker, sharing.
yeah, alright. So we're gonna raid Desmondus. What is our raid call? We don't really have one yet, so fire, boom, explosions, I don't know. Burn, motherfucker, burn.
Raid face.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I shall catch you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.